sub, I guess, from YouTube, maybe? 255. Are we still 255? 263. Damn. Slowly going up. I am pleased with this. Oh, man. Just got to make more of that Ace content, am I right? And our hobby channel reached 1,000 subs finally, so that's good. Okay. So what we're doing today, we are testing new text. So this is card overlay. Okay, we will open the sim up. Sim, and we will turn on our display capture, get the card game up here. I don't like that it is cut off. I think because the display capture itself is cut off, right? Hold on, let me think. Let me see here. Is this cut off at the top? It is, that's why. Okay, so we do this. Okay, so maybe we don't need all of these up. Okay, so, or it'd be a lot better if I could just do window capture, you know? Like, if you just capture the window, it would be much more pleasant, I believe. Maika. That's fine, I guess. So I probably shouldn't have even changed that. Okay. Let's lock that in place. Okay. So, Ace text. Okay. Let's clear this shit. So there's 4 I want to do. Let me think. Do I need like a note or something? Maybe I should get like a note or something. Should have like a notepad for all this stuff. Let's do. What's the Google Notes one called? What's the Google Notes thing called? Google Keep or something? Google Keep. Google Keep. Notes. Take note. Ace text. Okay, so there's 3, 4. What was this one? One was this one. One was this one. And one was this one. Slash, what's her name again? Ein. That's right. Ein. Okay. Maybe I should make this into like a notepad or something. Memo, notepad. Okay, close that. Close it. Okay, can you see this? Cool, we can see this. Okay, so first tech option is Vista 1 cost blocker. So the Vista 1 cost blocker. I guess we should just discuss their good points and bad points and use cases. So first one, Vista. It's funny because there's 2 of them that we're talking about today. So Vista, the 1 cost blocker. It's a 1 cost searchable blocker. And that's literally it. That's all it does. So let's do pros first. Pros. Searchable. Playable on turn 1. Which is really good because even though we have 12, we have 12 1 cost cards. We have Garp, we have Otama, and we have Easel. Even then, even in that case, sometimes on the first turn, you actually don't have a 1 cost card to play. This Vista can be played on turn 1. Other pros here can save you hard against big buddies. So in this format, there are a lot of really big bodies in the mirror match, for example, against the blue-purple Luffy, which is becoming more and more prevalent. And what I'm realizing is like a pretty brutal matchup to this one. This allows you to just straight up block one of these big attacks for basically nothing, for the cost of 1 card, which is really good. Okay, other pros of Vista: can be played when using 8 cost event. Similar to how Uta can be played as just a free blocker when using the 8 cost event, this can also be played basically giving you 2 blockers if you played the 12 Newgate, which is really good. So this is like very good for survivability. General survivability. I can't spell. Please don't fucking yell at me, guys. Please. Okay, very good for survivability. Anything else? Any good points? Very good when going first. Cons: no counter. Bad against Emu. I would say this is like very good against Luffy and probably against Zoro because you have like an additional blocker. Cons: bad against no counter, bad against Emu because Emu can basically KO it for free. That's about it. This is actually very good, I think. This is actually a very good card. Next option for tech. I guess we should also talk about Atmos. This 4 cost Atmos was kind of what people were using for a while. It had like in Japan, it had its time for like a week where a lot of people were just playing Atmos again for some reason. And then just kind of stopped again. Like, actually, can I check most recent deck lists? So let me just check the most recent deck lists here. For flagship winners and stuff in Japan. Okay, there's actually not that many aces. Ace is going down a bit as people learn to play against it, probably. Okay, does this one play Atmos? No. Oh, this one plays Shreya. Interesting. Shurayaka. That is a pretty interesting counter to Luffy as well. And against Roger, actually. Huh. That is interesting. I'll have to keep that one in mind. That could actually be also something we talk about soon. 1 gravity blade. Interesting. I'm seeing some interesting text here. Okay, this one does play Atmos. So I found one of the last 3 flagship winning decks for Ace does play Atmos here. So you can see that this is being played in one of the 3 flagship winning recent decks. Okay. So good use cases for this card. Let's go to pros. Searchable. Yay. Can really disrupt the early game of Luffy and Mirror. Has counter. That's about it. Cons. Really only playable on 4 or 5 Dawn turn. Like once you're past that point, you basically never want to play this. So against Luffy specifically, you can bounce Zoro Judo. and Boncham. And against the mirror, this is obviously very good against Marco. Really only playable on this turn. Does not activate leader effects when KO'd. Because only 5k. I guess that's kind of it. So it has very little pros and very little cons. It feels very bad to be forced to play this if you don't have Marco or Cavendish and your opponent basically has nothing on the board. This can also be used to get rid of like a Zoro blocker. Like that one like annoying guy, the 2 cost. But basically it would still be a waste if you could play something like Marco or Cavendish. Other techs. One I really want to talk about is the 5 cost red Izo. This is something that was brought to my attention recently. That could be a potential really big counter to Zoro. This one here. On play, attach 1 Rested Dawn to your leader or one of your characters. So on play, you can put a Rested Dawn on your leader. Very good. Ace wants to do this. When your opponent attacks once per turn, you may trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader has Land of Wano or Whitebeard Pirates type, give up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters minus 2,000 power for the turn. The turn. This is very important. This means you can use this effect to minus the Zoro leader by 2,000 power for both of their attacks. If you can pull this off early, this almost like completely shuts down Zoro in the early game. And even later on, because even if they put all done on, you're minusing 2. This is also the reason why the 4 cost Shanks was really good when it first came out, when people play the Shanks deck. Same effect, basically. You may trash 1 card from your hand, give up to one of your opponent's leader or characters at minus 2,000 power during this turn. This one's a 4 cost 6k blocker, where Izo is a 5 cost 6k, not a blocker, but gives you the added effect of you can put a Rested Dawn onto your leader. Also 7k is a pretty big number. So if you're going first against Zoro, you pop this sucker down, and your opponent plays Law Tashigi on their 6th Dawn turn. They basically can only swing into this for 8. You can use this effect to minus it. It becomes 6. It can't take out Izo, and then you can counter it with 1k for your leader. So you basically only get rid of 2 hand cards, where you would normally have to get rid of, like, say you were playing Marco or Yamato. Both of them are 6k. This Marco Yamato, you would have to give up 2 cards each for your leader and your characters. This is 2 cards total. This gives you so much value against Zoro. This actually seems like really, really strong, actual dedicated Zoro tech that you could use. So first go with pros. Like actual dedicated Zoro tech. And Zoro is a very bad matchup for us. Like, I think in my Ace guide video, I said if you go against Zoro, you just gotta punch your opponent in the face and hope they get a concussion. Now you could actually use this. This is very good. This is searchable to an extent, which is actually also kind of its downside as well. 7k body is really good. I mean, can also be generally good against other decks because it makes any card a 2k, which is also strong. You can have more bricks in your deck if you're playing Izo. Your leader effect makes anything a 2k. Izo makes anything a 2k. You can basically make anything in your deck a 2K. This is really good. Cons. Not searchable by Ezo Searcher. Either of them. Ezo cannot search Ezo. You can't search Ezo with Ezo. You can only search with Garp. So only searchable by Garp. This means that you may not be able to play it the turn you want to. On curve for that reason, basically. Another con, no counter. So it's another brick in your hand. If you already play this, then the other one you could just toss with this or leader effect. So Ace is one of the few decks that can actually be okay with a bunch of bricks. Unless it happens really early, you can cycle your hand. And these are like really the only cons that I can feel for this. I guess the only other con is not very proactive. What I mean by this, our other options for this 5 Dawn slots are Yamato or Marco. I guess if you're saying 6 Dawn, you also have Jozu or the Yamato. Let's just remove this for now. This Yamato. If we look at our options here, this one immediately draws you 2 cards and puts a Dawn in your leader. This one is just a blocker, but it will immediately give you 3 cards on KO. This one puts a Dawn in your leader and can attack right away for like a charge attack. The Ezo really just gives you the Dawn on your leader. It's not the worst, but I'm just saying compared to the other options, it doesn't do that much. So sometimes it feels bad to just play this and then like pass, like nothing really happens. You know what I mean? That's kind of what you do with Marco anyway. On turn 5, like if you're going first and you're on 5 Dawn, this actually is probably very, very strong. But you hurt your hand size. Also hurt hand size. Ace typically for its 4 to 6 Dawn play will give something that generates like cards somehow, except for I guess the Yamato. This one Yamato. This generates cards. This generates cards. This generates cards. On KO, like 3 cards on KO, 2 cards when used, 1 card back plus something your opponent's is gone. It's very like you're doing something when you play these cards, whereas Ezo you kind of don't. So that's the trade-off here. This is why you would maybe only really play this at 2. Okay. Next option is Vista 6 cost. We just had Vista up here. I just did them both for whatever reason. Vista 6 cost. This card, when I saw this release, I was like, this is a great card. 6 cost 8k with double attack, and once per turn, if it would be removed by any way, including battle, you just trash a card with Whitebeard Pirates from your hand instead. So it's like an unkillable double attacker. That's 8k for 6 cost. This is crazy when you think about it. This is kind of insane. It's higher than any of our other 6 costs or 5 costs attack wise. The reason this normally isn't played is because everybody has blockers right now. Everybody has blockers, and so you would just use your blocker on this. Basically, you would just like save your blocker and use it on this, and then it gets no real value. It doesn't really matter. Nothing can really KO with 6 costs anyway. Like the only thing that would get rid of this is I guess Jozu. So this effect, I guess the fact that you can make it not get KO'd by battle is also very important, I suppose, if people are attacking over it. So that's a pretty good ability as well. Okay. The reason why I'm considering this right now is, again, Luffy is on the rise. Yuppie Luffy is on the rise. Okay, so pros. Can survive Red Rock. I've recently been playing a lot of games on the sim where if I'm playing against Luffy, he literally chains Red Rock into all of my new gates. All Luffy has to do is get one Sanji into something, Sanji into Luffy, Sanji into the Roger, whatever it is. He just needs one. He does that one time, And then the rest of the turns, all he has to do is Red Rock or Newgate, attack, and then defend with all these event cards. Red Rock or Newgate, attack, and defend everything with all its Dawn counter cards. It just does this 3 or 4 times in a row, you lose the game. This literally happened. Somebody chained, I kid you not, 4 Red Rocks. I didn't even know that Luffy played that many Red Rocks, but I guess you can now. This stops this from happening. This will prevent the Red Rocks. It's only 8k. I mean, Luffy basically has 8k now that uses Roger. So this is like, you know, okay, let's go into cons and stuff. But basically pros, it can survive Red Rock or anything else for that matter. High base attack. So even if you attack into it, it's like very sticky, right? It can just like stay. It's searchable, of course. Can cause pressure, a lot of pressure, especially to low life leaders. Cons. No counter, it's a brick. Not proactive on play. So similar to the Izo argument, literally nothing happens when you play this card. You play it and that's it. Nothing happens. You just play it, pass turn, like you're done. Okay, that's kind of bad. Okay, other cons, not super effective versus many blockers, which of course this game has many blockers. Okay, so that makes this kind of niche in the decks you would use this against. So it's not super duper amazingly good, but it's still an option for things that we can do. I guess I should put the 4 cost blue. And this is 1 cost blue, 1 cost blocker blue. I guess I should put in. Okay. And then the last tech I want to talk about today is Ninebeard plus Round Table / Ein. So I'm already putting more copies of this Newgate into my deck, this 9 cost one. Right now I have 2. I might even put this to 3. Another option that people are doing is combining this with Round Table, which minuses one of your opponent's characters by 10,000 for 4 cost. And then they just put 2 Dawn or even more onto this Newgate and KO it on attack. So again, imagine you're fighting the what's it called? UP Luffy can work against UP Luffy. So if you can imagine this situation where they have Sanji and let's say Roger, they attack with both. They're both rested. On your turn, you have this 9 Newgate. You use Round Table on the Roger and put your remaining Dawn or less, however much Dawn they have active, onto your Newgate. You attack, what is that? 16k into Sanji and KO Roger by default. He just dies. And then your opponent, they can't use Gear Second because it's not your leader. They would have to use Giganto or Raime Hakke, Thunderbagua in English, to defend it, or like a bunch of hand cards, right? And that's pretty strong, right? You could also go in the face with it. And then the other option is to use Ein. Is Ein in English? No, Ein. Oh no, it is. It is. Ein. This Ein, which similarly lets you set one of your opponent's characters' power to 0 for the turn. So same thing. You would just play this, and then use the rest of your Dawn on Newgate, attacking as something, and then Ein also becomes a body, which is good. I mean, it's only 6k, but it's still a body, right? Does Round Table have a counter? I don't think it does. It does not have counter. So, I mean, sorry, not counter. Trigger. Because you would basically be replacing Red Rock for this. So here comes its pros and cons. Can also be used against any rested large character. Which again, they are there are tons and tons of them. There are tons and tons and tons. That's basically it. That's it. Cons. Not searchable. Bricks. Needs a combo to work most efficiently. So again, you would play this alongside the 9-cost Newgate to effectively KO something on attack. KO literally anything on attack. This also KOs Roger. Because you minus Roger by 10k, so he's 3k, this KOs 3k or less. That's pretty crazy, but you would need all of these pieces and to be able to survive. Okay? So this is probably one of the more kooky, zany effects, you know? And then I would say no trigger here, because you basically will be replacing Red Rock in your deck and probably like something else to even play this. Okay, but these are the techs that I have seen discussed, seen played a little bit, and today I just wanted to test a few of these out to see if they're any good or not. So let's do that. I mean, you can kind of mix and match some of these as well. I'm going to start with what I consider would just be like the core of the deck, which I would say is probably something like this. Would be like, I would consider like a core ace deck. So this gives us like 3, maybe 4 cards to work with if you remove Red Rock. And I guess if you moved around one of the 2k counters. Because we have 4, yeah. So you can play 10 or 11 2k counters. So like you can maybe potentially remove one of these and you have 4 to 5 cards to play with. Okay. So I'm going to take this core base of a deck. I would even consider that 9 Beard is more the style I want to go, even without any tech changes. I think I just see the value in this card much more now. So I think this is kind of where I want to go. So let's start with Vista. I honestly think Vista is just kind of good in any deck right now, so I'm going to do that, and we'll do Atmos. So 2 of these, and I guess I'll just keep Thatch. Actually, no, we need 1 Red Rock. So I guess you would need less counter now because you technically have the chump blocker Vistas. Ace, Vista, Atmos. We'll do VA like Sea-Dog. Okay, we can test. We'll play a couple of games with this, see if it does anything for us. Again, a lot of these techs are for specific matchups that I may or may not find while we play today. So that's kind of bad. But you also got to think when you put in techs, how does it fare against other decks as well? If we happen to get into decks that this matches up well against, which in this case would be against Luffy, we can see. But I have been fighting a lot more Luffys these days. So maybe we'll see how that goes. So let's just try a couple. Oh, actually, I guess I could try to manually match up with people playing decks I want to fight too. So we're against Emu. This is literally a deck that both my techs do literally nothing against. So this is just like bad RNG, I guess. But I don't know. We'll play through this game. But I think after that, we'll try to manually fight against decks that we want to test the techs against and see how it goes. Okay, so we do have this. We can search. We don't find a 4 cost here. It's kind of bad. We do find event, but we already have event. We find this. We already have this. We'll get this for now, I guess, and we'll plop down our blocker. I guess this can help us early. I guess even against Emu, they technically have to get rid of a hand card to destroy this, even when they can play the guy who destroys at 5 costs or less. So, I mean, this could still technically be okay. Woo! You shocked me. So, would I say Mikush, or is it M1 Kush? I'm sorry, I don't know how to English very well, but just scared me, friend. I'm actually no, we're gonna keep Joseph. Hi. How you doing, friends? Welcome to the stream. My name's Siegs, and today we are practicing. Oh, that was lucky. We are practicing Ace Tech. What were you playing? What were you doing? If you don't mind me asking. Unless you are also a friend of One Piece. A friend of One Piece. Is the One Piece real? Oh yeah, you are. Okay, cool. What are you playing? What deck is that playing? Oh. Are you German? Oh, is that Kid? Oh, it's Kid. You're playing Kid? Damn, you have a nice stream, bro. I hope so. Thank you for saying so. I hope it's nice. Right now, it's very chill. I'm testing different Ace techs. How are you enjoying Kid? My friend plays Kid. Today we're testing. Yes, German bro. I had a good stream. Thank you. Nice. I appreciate it. I love to play Kid. Aokiji narimashita. I don't really want to. How many cards you got? Okay. I think we are gonna get rid of. Nah, shit. I don't want to get. Actually, we're gonna get rid of this one. Oh wait, we're still taking this? No, he just played this, right? Love to play Kid. You like trashing life? I think Kid would be strong against this deck actually, because you can trash life pretty effectively. I wanted to play what's it called? Jozu, but now we can't. So these characters will probably die to the search card. That kind of sucks, but I'm gonna do. Should I search? I think we need to search next turn because we don't have a new gate. So we need to find one. We still didn't find one. We found Jozu. Ah, man, we don't have a new gate. That kind of sucks. Oh, I also probably shouldn't have gone 7 here. I should have did 6 first if I'm attacking with Marco, which I think I am. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, I definitely should do that first. Oh, well. And just so you know, I'm playing in the OP13 meta because I live in Japan. Surprise! And both of the tech choices I have for today don't work against Emu, which is Vista and the Atmos. We didn't even see the Atmos. We have Vista here. I put him out. I guess I could have used him to block, but I think we're probably going to lose it here, or we're going to lose Marco here. Actually, if he puts out the guy, the rush guy, if he puts out the rush guy, it won't even matter. I think I'm just gonna. Am I just gonna take this? No, because if he plays. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna test and see if he has the rush guy or not. If he has the rush guy, we're golden. If he has the guy that KOs, I still think this is the right option because we get a card for free. Though if we could have controlled it to be okay, he does have this guy, so we're just gonna KO Yamato here. But this was still the better option because if we would have let him also just attack into Marco, we'd have nothing to attack with next turn. I really wish we had a Whitebeard here to play on our next turn, but we don't, and that kind of sucks. So yes, very few hand cards to work with right now. I think he KOs our Yamato here. But we get... Oh, he killed our... Oh, thank God. He killed our Marco. We do have a new gate to play. That's pretty good. It's not the new gate I wanted to play, but we still have one. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not the new gate I wanted, though, but it's still fine. So we will attack. Actually, no, we will use this first. We have to take a life, actually, to tax him, and then we will attack with this. Dude, I love your fucking goggles, by the way. That's so sick. Sorry, I was just creeping on your stream here. Okay, so this guy doesn't have many hand cards now. He did use this card already though, which is good for me. This means that your stay away and listen intro got me to sub to you. Stay a while and listen. Oh, you're the guy. I saw your comment. You're the guy. I appreciate that, man. Gotta love Deckard Cain. Stay a while and listen. Welcome in. I'm glad you could join a live stream. We're testing Ace text today. Different text for different decks. We unfortunately are playing against Emu, which these texts do nothing for. I mean, we have the Vista. The Vista might do some work here because he already has this guy on board. Meaning he's probably gonna dish out the Rush guy. I think it's Nasu, Vinasu. So if he does, we can actually use Vista to block that against Yamato here, but we're probably still gonna lose Yamato from the leader attack. Wait, does he already have? No, he doesn't. Why do you do that? Why would you trash your blocker? Big time D2 player. I also love D2. D2 was a huge part of my life for a long time. Yeah, so here we can just straight up just block this, like easy block. But now he's gonna play, yeah, this guy, which KOs this anyway. But like, look how much work he had to do for that. That's kind of fine. Just realized I love the red and black. Sabo and Ace are probably two of my favorite upcoming decks. Yeah, Sabo is also very good. It's kind of like underrated right now, I would say, but it's still a very, very good deck. We could not find another Newgate here. The question is, do we draw? We can also just play, we can just straight up play Roger here. I think that's not as good though. So I'm gonna, but even if we play Yamato, it's immediately gonna get killed. I think this is still the best choice though. We do this, put it down on here. Unfortunately, we did not find anything else to play. What's your favorite class in D2? Mine's Necromancer. I liked Druid best because I like Druids in general, but I think I played Necromancer the most. I had a Necromancer that had max block. I had max block with Storm Shield, and I would just stand there tanking everything while dropping the Bone Spirits. And I had Barbarians doing Whirlwind around my guy and unable to kill me because I had so much block. Oh man, yeah, it was a good time. This is kind of bad. This is like not great because we basically didn't have a whole lot to play here. We're still gonna do this though. It's kind of weird that we didn't find any other Newgates. Oh man, he's going crazy. He has no hand cards now, dude. And he took that. Okay, that's fine. So I would say my favorite, just because like I just love Druids. In any game I play, I always like the Druid class. Okay, let's get rid of. Honestly, we're probably not playing this, but we shouldn't use this yet. We should use it when we get like a 2K counter. Max block boner, best PvP build, in my opinion. Exactly. You get it, man. You get it. I just like elements. Like I just like elemental magic in game in general. Like when I played WoW, I also played Nature Druid, Balanced Druid, I guess it's called. So yeah, Yamato dies here, unfortunately. He has to get rid of a hand card to do it, but we gotta draw. Hopefully we find another Newgate, finally. Please give me a Newgate. I love how we're grinding against Emu so hard right now when like I'm not even trying to test this against Emu. But I guess this could be seen as a look into how tech would work against decks that they're not even intended for. So we found another fucking Yamato, which would have been like perfect to find the last turn we played Yamato, because we'd have a billion hand cards and at least one surviving character. I enjoy the Fire Druid as well, just because it's different than the standard Wind Druid. I never played fire. I tried it once, but I was just like, this is not doing anything. Now we do this, and then this guy will probably attack with all remaining Dawn into Newgate. And then we have to defend Newgate. Yeah, so this is when we trash this. And we can give him, I guess, this one. Yeah. Okay, we once again did not find... Man, this is so stupid. Where's our Newgates? This is kind of bad, man. We have nothing to play. I guess maybe we shouldn't have trashed that Yamato, huh? Attacking to this. Need the J mod on fire to really stand out. The what? The J mod? I don't know what that is. I never play with mods, actually. But I loved PvPing with my favorite thing in the world in that game. Ooh, pumpkin cream taiyaki. Right. We're gonna do an early Roger here. Because we have nothing else to play. I wonder what his hand is. How many of these did he use? One? He only used one, right? He used almost all of his event cards, though. We're gonna trash... Actually, no, we're gonna take one. No, we're not. Fuck, what do I do here? Did we find something to beat Zoro? We didn't put it in yet. We did not put it in yet, but we did find something that I explained a bit earlier. After this game, I'll show you what I mean. If I can specifically find a Zoro to fight, I would love to see if it works or not. Patient guard is very good. Thank you. I appreciate that. It has been helpful too. I hope it's been helpful. Man, where are our Newgates? Where are they? Duelist Marnock of defense, 4 socket shield, 4 times fire facets. Oh, the fire facets. Interesting. Man, well, I guess we're not using pudding here. Probably also not going to use Vista here, so I guess we could have just gotten rid of that. Oh, man. Are you still playing 2 Vista? Yes. But, of course, it's not very good here. I mean, you don't have to play it turn 1. It's just not good against Emu. I made a little discussion earlier about the pros and cons of all these cards. Vista is good generally against most decks, I would say. It's just not good against Emu. And you can still play Vista. For example, if you were to play the I Am Whitebeard card into any of your Newgates, you have 2 Dawn left over. One can go on leader, one can go on for Vista. You can also use Uta in the same way. So you can use Vista turn 1. You can also use Vista assuming, let's see here. Do I have enough? 1, 2, 3. I actually don't think I do. So I go up to 3, 4, 5. I exactly don't have enough yet. So we lose this. But you can see how this is just kind of like bad, right? Like it's just kind of, we finally have this card now. But like this is just not really good to play against Emu because he just gets KO'd by the other guy. So we'll play this. Unfortunately, because he killed Roger, we won't take our life. If we would have, it would have been a lot better. And basically all we can do is just try to attack this guy. I mean, it kind of sucks that we can't even take this guy out. But what can you do? Am I right? Bonnie is a bad matchup. I've never had an issue with Bonnie. I've heard it's a bad matchup, but I've actually never lost to Bonnie. I guess the way that you can consider it a bad matchup is that it can play 9 Zoro, and if you don't have a Red Rock, you can just lose to it. Or if he has, or Bonnie has Tashigi up, then that can be pretty bad. But I've never really had an issue with this, personally. Would Slave Arrow help versus Zoro? What does Slave Arrow hit? Like what cost? I actually don't remember. You can bounce anything you have to bounce at what cost? Gorose. So you can see how in this situation, Uta was better than this V-Stop because you can't use this guy to KO Uta because Uta's 6 cost. So he can't do anything to stop me here. All he can do is attack with this guy and this guy, which I think he might even be able to win here. I'm not sure. But yeah, we definitely lost this one, and I actually might even chalk it up to the fact that it was these Vistas. Or, well, technically I chalk it up to the fact that we just did not find the other 12 cost Newgate. We just didn't have one. No clue off the top of my head at work watching you. All right, I can check after we lose this game. Because I kind of forget the cost. If it bounces a 5, then sure. If it only bounces a 4, then no. I can't imagine Slave Arrow bouncing a 5, but we'll see. Because it's only a 1 cost event, right? I think he's calculating here. Yeah, so yeah, if we didn't have a counter here, it would actually kill us, I think. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it would have. Yeah, so thankfully we do have it. But yeah, we definitely lose this one. Like, we just could not find any of our Newgates, man. They're just hidden. Yeah, they're just gone, man. They're just fucking like, where are they? Where are they? Yeah, GG, I guess. Like, we just don't have, like, they're in the deck, right? They are in the deck, right? I'm not trolling myself. Okay, they are here. They just happen to be at the very, 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 very bottom of the deck. Okay, so Slave Arrow bounces a... Huh? Oh, this. Oh, for this turn. Is this the one you're talking about? I thought maybe you were talking about something else. Return a 1 or 2 cost. Give your person... no. I don't know if this would be that helpful, to be honest. The tech option for Zoro that people have found is Izo. And the reason why Izo is very good is because if you look at Izo's effect here, you may trash 1 card from your hand. If your leader has Whitebeard Pirate's type, give up to one of your opponent's leader or character minus 2,000 power for the turn. For the turn. This means both swings from Zoro, leader, will be minus 2,000 from trashing 1 card. This saves you 4,000 counter for 1 card. And it can be any card. And it doesn't cost any Dawn. So, if you play this on 5, and your opponent plays, what's it called? Law into Tashigi, for example, on their turn, and put 3 Dawn on leader, they would swing 8 into Izo. Izo can trash 1 card to minus Zoro by 2, defends Izo. Zoro attacks your leader. Zoro is now only 6k. You can defend it with anything because you can also use your leader effect to trash literally any card. And you stop both of Zoro's attacks for 2 cards, as opposed to what it would normally be, which would be 6k if you're playing Marco or Yamato. And it would be 8k into 6k. Which means you'd have to get rid of 2 hand cards to defend your cards, and then 2 hand cards to defend your life card. So it's 2 cards versus 4 cards, and you can keep doing this. Imagine you had 2 of these out here. You could do both. You could permanently minus Zoro leader by 4,000 for the turn. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So this is like the Zoro tech. The issue is Izo can't search Izo. So you'd have to either of them. Either of them can't search Izo, and it's a card other than Izo, and put it into your hand. So you can only search this using Garp. And I guess technically Otama to cycle your hand. So that's the downside. Also, it's a brick. That's kind of a downside. And I'm not exactly sure how effective it is against other decks. This is something I wanted to test. So if we can... Looks like there's no Zoros that kind of have a hosted thing right now. But I do want to test it out. So I'll go back to what I would consider like the core of the deck. So let's go back to stop. I can do this, guys. Trust me. Ace. I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna put what my actual build is right now currently. So Whitebeard, Newgate, this Vista. And what would I consider to be another card I play here? 2/2. I guess like Cavendish. I guess I would consider this to be like my core deck right now. So that's more of a 1 to 2 of. Yeah, I mean, if I were to play it, which I guess we can fiddle with that right now, I would probably remove this and these and put Ezo. I would put 2 of these in. And then like, I guess we would still need a 4 cost, right? 2, 4, 6, 7. Red Rock. Maybe I still put 2 Red Rocks in. I guess maybe this would be more of what I would consider to be tech. Why 2 Red Gate instead of Tax Gate? Tax Gate stalls the game. Red Gate wins the game against especially Emu. So how I won the last 2 Emu matchups I had at tournaments in Japan, I would use this guy before they dropped the 10 Gorosei. Then I would drop this guy or another one of these when they actually pull out the Gorosei, like all 5 of them. And then if I had this in hand, I would then play this guy. This is the tech, okay? Don't tell your friends. You play Ora Shiruhige, which is the English or the Japanese name. For 8, you take your top life, you play this out. Your leader becomes 10k. You're a 10k leader. The remaining 2 Dawn, you can play Uta. You have a blocker. You have 0 life, you're 10k, and you have a blocker. Technically, you have 2. If your opponent is Emu, they must put 3 Dawn on a character or their leader to even require 1 counter from you. They can only attack you 3 times because all of their guys are 7k. There's no way they're killing you. And then the next turn you just drop Roger and win the game. GG easy. This is why I like Newgate, this 9 Newgate. This card was only really good into Emu, I feel. And even then, like the typical play, if you play this against Emu, what Emu does is they don't attack you and they drop their 10 cost 5 Elders card and they just pass turn. They just put this on the board and pass turn. And then the next turn they have a 12k beater to hit you with. So it's like not even that good, honestly. Even against Gorosei, it's not. It's just a stall. It stalls the turn. It stalls the game. It gives you like this blocker. And that's kind of all it does. So I prefer this one for now because it allows you to go for an end game play. Here from your YouTube Ace guide. Glad to be here. Looking forward to the OP13 All Things Ace. Thank you for being here, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm glad you found me. You found me for a live stream. I'm glad to help. Just asked because I feel like Taxgate wins me so many games to delay 1 turn and go for game. Against specifically Emu or other decks? I mean, I'm not saying Taxgate is bad against Emu. Because like when I play against Emu, that's usually what happens is I'll just put like one of these out, then they'll put all these guys out, and then I'll put out another one, and they'll just put out, like, we both build up a huge wall. Do you know what I mean? And then like nobody goes anywhere kind of thing. And then even then, if nobody's at 0 life, you still can't use Roger, and it becomes like a very long stalemate. Newgate forces an end game, if you know what I mean. Like if you feel confident like you can end the game, Newgate forces an end game. And then the next turn, like they have like the time's now ticking. The timer's on the like started, you know, you started the stopwatch, and they're like, they have to figure out how to stop this. Normally they just can't do it. I got 1 red Newgate. How many are you running? I'm running 2 right now. But like this keeps changing. So like until now I've had 2-1. Right now I'm trying to like 1-2, and I'm seeing how I feel about it. Been seeing you on the feed a lot lately, still slowly working through the guide, hoping to play Ace. Sorry for spamming your feed. I only really have 4 videos now. But I'm happy that you guys are finding it, and I'm hoping you guys are enjoying it. And of course, like if there's any specific content you'd want to see, I'm glad to do them. Right now we're going over specific techs and tech choices I've heard of to use into Ace. Or sorry, to use in Ace. I've made a list of them here, and we're kind of trying them out now. The one we're going to try now is this Ezo, which is supposed to be really good into Zoro, because you can minus the enemy leader's attack or a character attack by 2k for the turn, meaning both of Zoro's attacks will be minused. I also want to see if this is just generally any good against other decks, so we'll see how this goes. Also, another question, if possible, why Thatch instead of Jozu? Thatch. Okay, first, Jozu. Why not Jozu? Jozu's a 4k. You can get rush with him to end out a game. I used to have 2 Jozu in my deck. It's never come up where it was the better play. Instead of like putting Dawn on other characters that already existed. Why we have Thatch is if you have nothing else to play for 10 Dawn besides Roger, or you're confident your opponent can't get rid of Roger. So if you're playing a deck that doesn't play Red Rock, or maybe doesn't play Jushi or something like that, or they already used their Shusi, or there's one in trash, like you're pretty confident that if you throw out Roger, they can't just get rid of it immediately. You can even leave this like standing if you want. Thatch can bring you to 0 life. Because Thatch, you can take your own life. So Thatch, you can on the next turn take your own life, assuming you're at 1 life, which is very easy to make yourself be throughout the course of a game. This makes your Roger active. You've now initiated endgame. He only costs 1. You put the remaining 9 Dawn wherever you want, on your leader, on your Roger, on your other new gates, and then you close up the game. You end the game, GG. Because the name of the game now in OP13 is staying at 1 life for like the entire game. And like whoever goes to 0 life first basically loses the game. Unless you can force it at an opportune time, which is your own turn, usually. This is why 9 Newgate plus this, you take your own life, but you're now 10k with a blocker. Good luck killing me. On the or Thatch, you make your life 0 on your own turn when you have Roger already out. It's now endgame time. So this has actually won me games where Jozu would have been like at max, maybe like a 7k rush, like a surprise rush, which never really comes up because everybody has blockers. Also, the vanilla stats help on counter. Sorry, what happened? This vanilla stats help on counter. The vanilla stats. You mean on this guy? Sorry, I might have missed what you said here. I love when people experiment because a few weeks ago they were saying Yama was a must pick. Yama seemed really good at the very beginning, and now like nobody's playing Yama. I play one in my deck currently, but now I'm just testing out different techs. Because it's kind of true that like once you put Yamato out there and you attack 1 time, it's like that's it. You got like 1 extra little kind of bonus attack. Like Rush doesn't really win games this meta. It's all about blockers and getting around them. Which again is why I think 9 Newgate and Thatch are like necessary for closing out games. Okay, so this is the Zoro tech. I can't promise we're gonna find a Zoro, but I would like to see how this works. Let's just see if there's any Zoros kind of hanging out. There are not. I'm not sure how this refreshes, how often we can get this refreshed. Yeah, I was also, my first iteration of Ace was 3 Red Yamato, 3 Jozu. And that was pretty good. But I found myself more often than not playing Jozu. And even like Jozu is more often than not actually the better choice, I would say. This is like obviously like nothing. Like it's like our Izo is not going to be of much help in this matchup. So that's kind of the issue, is you can't really choose who you're fighting against here. So we have both Izos. I don't even want to pick it here. This is another situation where we basically cannot find the 4-cost card we really want to get. We have to put this here. We have to take the hit and hope we get it. Because of the 5 Izo, we also have less 4 costs in the deck in general, which is kind of bad. So I mean, we just kind of take this. We also should have used Izo effect here to find another possibility of getting a 4-cost card here, because now this is just kind of a waste. How do you feel about the 6-cost 7 rush ace as a Zoro tech? So somebody asked me this earlier as well, and I tried to answer. My thoughts on the ace here. Actually, hold on. I really hope this wasn't my next card, because that would have been the card I needed. Do we have Jozu? We don't. Man, we don't have anything I want. We have nothing I want here. Actually, we might take Marco here, because Marco might come into effect later on. Yeah, this is a really bad start. Ace seems, on paper, like the perfect combination of both Jozu and Yamato, and the fact that you can put a Dawn on leader and have rush while also balancing a 5 cost. Should I use this? We don't have Jozu, right? Oh, we do have Jozu now. Oh, we have Jozu now. Then I don't want to do that. I am going to keep Jozu to bounce that, which means I'm going to use this to trash. Maybe actually this one. We're not going to need 9 gate here. It's fine. What was I trying to say? Oh yeah. But the problem is, that your opponent can still play a 4 cost or less from their hand, meaning they can just put a blocker down to kind of stop your attack anyway. It bounces the card. Ah, man, that's so annoying. Okay, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna get rid of this. Sorry, I'm locked in right now. Rigato! What's up, buddy? I was watching you play some crazy game while I was trying to set up my audio. What's up, everyone? We're playing the One Piece TCG. We're currently getting Mama to buy Puddin here. Get spooky. Sorry. I'm sorry. Why are you sorry? Oh shit, that was kind of not fun. Man, what an annoying card. Parlot Chudin? Yeah, something like that. If only we had Puddin to play against Puddin here. They have another Mama. I have to raid and run though, dude. I'm so tired. No, I totally understand, man. I 150% understand. No, block 1. Congrats on beating Zidong. I beat a dungeon. I didn't beat Darkest Dungeon. I beat a level. I beat the first stage of Darkest Dungeon. What did he just do? Oh, he minused my dude. Oh, okay. He minused. That's cool. Are you just going to stack your leader? Like, what are you doing? Hold on. I'm confused. I do Puddin at 3 split with Jozu at 3. Also, what do you think of the 2-4 split is better? I don't think Pudding is that necessary, but Pudding's pretty necessary. I do love Pudding, to be honest with you. I guess we don't. Okay, let's trash this, counter this, and this. Pudding is OP, I agree. But yeah, I felt that Pudding at 2 is kind of okay. I also played Pudding at 3 for a while, but it's not super duper necessary. Let's see here. It's kind of bad. Okay, don't need this anymore. we're gonna attack into this. Mama. And then attack into this. Okay. Because a lot of people do kind of play around pudding now, but there are a lot of times where like I kind of do wish I had another pudding, but don't have the time to play it. Jozu, I sometimes have a hard time finding when I need it, and if you don't have Jozu on 6, it feels really, really bad. So it does depend on preference, I would say. Let's give him a 1. What's he planning on doing here? No, I didn't want to do that. Fuck. Okay, well, that sucks. Can we get a Gundam version of this? Yeah, man, this pudding's kicking her bum bum. He took a bite of the gum gum. The Lin Lin. He's got the Lin Lin Streisand. Dude, she's going deep, dude. She's going deep. Sorry, I feel like I just ignored like everybody's questions. Do I just drop a Roger here? I think I do. Give him the pressure. Home, but it's Zella's Lullaby. That's sick, actually. I just noticed. I think I will do this, actually. We're gonna cause some pressure here. So what this does is it makes it so he has to play, he either has to play a mom here or he has to play a bunch of blockers here. I probably should have took another life here, but I didn't. What did I miss, by the way? Oh, sorry, I have to explain my Zoro, or sorry, my Ace explanation. Sorry, I'll do that once we're done this match. I'll explain my thoughts on Ace. Just know that nobody actually plays Ace. I take this. And then, actually, was this a bad choice? Hold on. This might have been a very bad choice. Hold on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can do... actually, maybe we're okay. Actually, we might just lose here. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we do lose, actually. I think we lose. Probably because I took that hit, actually. Can we do this? 2, 4, 6. I think we mathematically can't win, right? No, actually, we could have if this was a 1K. So actually, this is 13. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We lose. We lose this one. GG's. Yeah, we shouldn't have taken this attack. That was a bit silly of me. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Ace. Ace. This guy. So, yeah, he seems like the perfect combination of Yamato, which is 6 cost 7k, give your leader Arrested Dawn, and it has Rush, and Jozu, which bounces a 6k and one of your own cards. But it is the worst of both of them. Like, it's not as good as either of them. So in the use case where Jozu is good, Jozu's just better to play. In the use case where Yamato's good, Yamato is just better to play. But he is in one card, yeah? Yes, but I mean, like, you can find both. Is the utility viable? I would say no, because really you're only going to play a 6 cost once in the entire game, which is on your 6 cost turn. So you would want that 6 cost card to be the best one it can possibly be. So if we're playing against Zoro will of course have Tashigi, which you can bounce. Where are you at here? Tashigi you can bounce. What you can't bounce is you can't bounce Law, which everybody is playing with Tashigi right now. This 6 cost blocker Law. The other thing is that Zoro also has lots of blockers. Is his name like Koshido or something like that? Kojiro? What's the blocker's name? Koshido. Sorry, I forgot a U here. So he can just play this out for free. So if you were Ace and you bounced the Tashigi, your opponent can just play this for free. And even so, the rush attack that you get now kind of didn't do anything because your opponent still has the same amount of hand cards and they can block for free with this if they really wanted to. But wouldn't you rather bounce Tashigi over Law? Yes. But like then your opponent has 2 blockers still. So I just think it's not as good in the fact that they can just put a blocker down for free to just kind of like negate any like pressure you would have gotten with the rush that Ace had. Where Yamato, if you look at Yamato, red one. This Yamato can put a Rest of Dawn onto your leader every turn. This is an activate maiden once per turn. So the longer Yamato stays alive, the more pressure, which the more demand. Like it's a 1,000. It's an extra 1,000 counter every turn that you can force on your opponent. So pressure wise, the Yamato is better. And then Jozu not only bounces their 5 or 6 cost card and has counter, you get a counter card back to your hand. So if you're using Ace, you bounce their Tashigi, they get +1, then they play out a blocker. So they're at the same amount of hand cards. Then if you used your rush attack, they could just block it for free. They're ± and basically nothing. But of course the Tashigi's back in hand. This is good. If you're playing Jozu, you bounce the Tashigi and you get a counter card back to your hand. So you're +1. Then you got rid of their Tashigi, their whatever +1, but they don't put out a blocker. And you're like, I feel like it's a better exchange. The downside to Jozu is you don't get a Dawn on your leader though. That would be the one downside, but you get a free hand card, which usually will be Otama if you're planning on playing Jozu. I've put Ace in my deck a couple times, like the rush one. Every time I've had him, I've kind of just thrown him away in lieu of playing Jozu. Honestly, I'm such a fan of Jozu. It's a fun process. Jozu's very good, yeah. Plus, in the mirror, Jozu's phenomenally better. If you're playing the mirror, Jozu is 1,000% better because you bounce their Jozu. Jozu bounces Jozu. Jozu bouncing Jozu is very strong. So, against 90% of decks, Jozu is the better choice over Ace. And then even in the times where Ace is better, Yamato is like arguably even better than Ace in those scenarios. So I don't know if I would consider Ace a tech for Zoro, or at least not a big enough tech where I would replace Jozu to do it. Do you know what I mean? So Jozu should be a 4 of them. In my opinion, yes. I think so I'll bring up the last 4 flagship winners of Ace in Japan. Here's one. For Jozu. They all started playing the Amos and the one Cavendish. They play 3 Roger. Some people are up on their Roger plays now, actually. Because the more you can play Roger, the more chances you'll have to play Thatch. This one does play 2 of the Jozu. So people who want to play the Rush Jozu, I guess this is also a version for you. Running ST22 for my locals right now, and Jozu has a place in any deck I run that will allow blue. Jozu is, I think, arguably the best 6K in the game. And has been for a long time, like since its release. Here's another one. This one runs for Jozu. This one also is playing the Jozu Rush card. This one's playing Schreier. This is an interesting card. So Schreier matches on block or attack. It matches the opponent's leader's power until the end or until the start of your next turn. So this can hit like a 10k Ace. This can hit an 8k Luffy or block a 10k Ace or a 8k Luffy for one counter. This is actually pretty interesting. I just three cost is kind of like an awkward one, like an awkward cost. You can't use it with the event card. I mean, it's perfect on your second turn going first, I guess. So some people are playing Jozu, as you can see. I'm just not a big fan of it. I would much rather just have the Uta, I think. Okay, then here's another one. This one is playing the Gravito Moko, which is kind of interesting. The Gravity Blade Raging Tiger. They're not playing the 9 cost Whitebeard at all. They're playing 3 of Rogers. So 3 Rogers is kind of like is kind of becoming standard now, which is actually why I bought recently the Wanted Poster Roger card. So I just ordered this like 2 days ago and it just came in today. So I'm probably going to shove this into my ace deck. I'm not sure if I'm going to play 3 copies of Roger or not, but I can actually see the use case of this because Roger, when Roger's on the board, you just want to get rid of it as much as you possibly can. And getting rid of a 13k beater is kind of hard, if you believe it or not. This person not running Jozu, but running 4 Thatch instead, but surprisingly are not playing the 9 cost Whitebeard. So I guess they're going for more of the strategy I mentioned earlier where you would put Roger out first. Dude, get the fuck out of here. You would play Roger first, and then your opponent, if your opponent does not get rid of it, you can play Thatch next turn. So I guess this one also play 4 Thatch. No, this one plays 2. Okay, but they are playing 3 Roger here. So I guess the techs are going more into playing more Roger levels, which is interesting. Bedtime, buddy. Stay good. All right, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate the raid. Have a good one. Have a good swell sleepy time. And I'll see you around, buddy. Okay, so but the standard across all of them is Pudding is at 2. Pudding's at 2, Jozu's at 4. So I would say that is the standard level for this. This Jozu looks like you can play it or you could not play it. It's really kind of your personal preference. I'm going to see if there's any more aces we can look at. Surprisingly, there hasn't been that many ace flagship winners these days. I think Emu and Gold Roger is like winning all of them. Gordi Roja. Here's another one. Oh, this one's playing 3 of the blocker Vistas. Wow. Wow. This one's also playing one of the unblockable events. It's playing only 3 Jozu. In exchange for what? What do you do on your 6th on turn? I guess you would just play Yamato in that case. That's the Yamato. Interesting. Only plays 1 Red Rock, 2/1 of the attacks and Red Newgate. 2 Thatch, 2 Jozu. So 2 Thatch, 2 Jozu is actually pretty common too, looks like. Have you seen a lot of Yellow Bonnie? I've played against it a few times. Is it viable? It's not a bad deck. It's just that so many decks these days are so like just too strong. Like the power level is insane. I thought for a while that let's load this again. It's just I thought for a while that yellow would be scary against this deck because they can get you to 0 pretty quickly. But you can defend your last life so hard, and putting you to 0 also endangers them because you can play Roger so easily. So I don't know if that's the way to go. But yeah, I think it's good. I wouldn't say it's like a meta, I guess. I wouldn't call it a meta deck, to be honest. My friend, one of my guys I play One Piece with a lot tried it a few times, but he's yet to beat me with it. I'm starting to see 2 red rock. Is it just to see if there's Is it just to see if more often, or do you need both for some matchups? The mirror red rock is amazing, and recently what's been coming up in popularity is the UP Luffy, like the purple blue Luffy, and I would consider that card also very good in that matchup. And also like to play against an enemy's Roger or something like that, other decks that play Roger. I think it's very good. This is really shitty. This is like a really shitty hand we just got here. I think it's good. For me, it's just like there's so many things I want to play. And even like in the 4-5 deck list we just looked at, there's so much variation. It really is down to personal preference. All I can really do is explain my thought process and why I have these at the same numbers that I like. Of course, there's an argument for everything, and you guys should just play the deck the way that you want to play it, and like whatever works for you. Man, we're lucky we got that Marco. And like even then, like there's so many things I just really haven't had that much time to test. Like I haven't tested 3 Rogers. I want to know what that feels like, 3 Rogers. I haven't tested, what else haven't I tested? I haven't tested 2 red rocks myself. I'd like to test 2 red rocks. I haven't really tested much of Radical Beam, though I think everybody kind of just stopped playing Rad Beam. Man, because we had nothing to play on turn 1, we can't even play Jozu here. That feels really bad. What does this do? When a card is removed from yours or your opponent's life, draw a card. Okay, I'm gonna, this is just 6k, right? Then, wait, why do you draw a card here? Do we have pudding? We do, that's good. Let's get rid of this. I'm noticing Radical Beam is not as popular anymore. I never played Rad Beam. Like, even when it was in my deck, I've actually never played Rad Beam. I just didn't consider it to be that good. This is crazy. I actually don't know how we're gonna beat this. This is not looking good, Kings. And he has a blocker too. If you have 2 or more Dawn given, this character gains blocker. We can play Pudding, but it wouldn't feel that good, I don't think. What we can do is go to, we can try this. But I also would just consider this not that good at all. To go 8 leader, hopefully he takes it, and then putting the 3 cards. Like, I don't even know what else to do. Because even if we play Josie, it just becomes a body. We could also play this. We could play this and a 1 cost. Actually, maybe that we can do that, and then we could use Jozu later to bounce a few cards. Oh shit, man, look at that fucking Marco. Let's do this. We'll get some new gates, because I just realized we also don't even have fucking new gate. And we'll go here. See if he defends this or not. I mean, we don't have a pudding anymore, so he could just defend it. But yeah, I realized at the times that I would have used, man, really, that's damn lucky. The times that I would have used Rad Beam, I would rather just play this Uta and guarantee that we stop some damage, like stop an attack. I just never really found the time to use Rad Beam. The Earth won't lose. Makinite. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of tough, I think. So this guy's 6. This guy can become 6. He is 6. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 attacks coming at us. I'll probably use Izo. Hold on. Would we be better off using Jozu or New Gates here? Because we could Jozu this and this to... Actually, maybe we should Jozu when we can Pudding. So maybe we'll do that the other turn because he has so many hand cards. So let us... Oh man, we have no fucking cards. Ding, ding. Okay, so he only has... Okay, then we'll do this. trash this. This. And we'll go here. So he can't use this as a blocker yet. I've never fought Kalgara, man. Is Kalgara any good? It seems like he's a lot of dudes here. I wonder if it would have been beneficial for us to take our life here. Oh, I don't think he intended for that to happen. That looked like a misplay. Damn, I hate when our opponents misplay. It's so easy to misplay on this thing. Did he just give up? Maybe he just gave up. No, I think he'll be able to recover a life here. We'll see. I notice I don't have Roger anyway, so it's kind of bad. Roger! And we kind of need Roger to win so many games. Maybe Roger at 3 is the way to go. It's such an important card, actually. And even just playing it out like a 13k rush character is pretty good. What does he want to play here? Okay, so this is also attacking me now. Okay, we can block this one for free with this guy, which is good. We can also just draw a lot of hand cards. I don't think I want to do that yet. So I think what we're going to do here is we're going to Jozu and Pudding. So we're going to block this one for free. And then we'll see what he plays. We still have Marco to block if we need to. But with a hand of this size, I think Jozu into Pudding is just going to be a phenomenal play for us. We don't have a Dawn on leader, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? So he's going to 5-5. I think he's going to play this guy and get recover a life here. I'm guessing that's what's about to happen. So what does he play? Does he play a guy? I'm just going to block here, I think. Or should we just take... No, actually, let's just take this. He gets a card, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to Pudding him. The hand size of his is ridiculous, my goodness. Yeah, I don't think he realizes that we can just Pudding him right now. Okay, so he did that. Okay, so let's... I think we are just going to do this. Just going to play this to bounce this and this guy. And then he has 11 cards in hand. Let's make it 5. And then we'll attack into leader. Actually, he has so many blockers here that that's actually not going to matter. But his leader is only 5, so it's going to make us do more damage here. Oof. He has no counter, dude. Okay. I'm going to leave this guy up. Remember when he had 11 hand cards? Let's trash this and do a 2K. I realized I should have trashed the Ezo, actually. Rip 11 on hand. Yeah. Yeah. I'll block this one for free. Wait, what? I wanted to block it for free? What the fuck? Oh, he had nothing to play anyway. Oh, he was down to that. Okay, that's fine. All right, so Pudding won us that game. Ezo, once again, not coming into effect here. Pudding so strong, yeah. There was a time when there was many guys on Japanese Twitter saying there's no time to play Pudding, I removed Pudding from my deck. Pudding has won me more games than any other card in this deck. Okay, maybe that's too much. No, Rogers won me more. But like, it's pretty close between these two. Is Rush Yama's kind of obsolete now? Kind of. I would say in 95% of situations, it's better to play Jozu. It's just better. I would say the only time it's not better to play Jozu is when you don't have any one cost on your board. Like you don't have an Izo or a Garp or an Otama. That's probably the only time when Yamato is better to play. I used to argue that Yamato was better to play against Emu because Emu could not... because Jozu cannot remove any of Emu's characters. But then I realized, oh, you just take 2 of your counters back. So you get +2 hand cards, and then you have a 6 cost 7k that they can't remove. Where if you were to play Yamato, though a good play, though a really strong play, is on 4 you have Marco, and on 6 you play Yamato, and then Yamato attacks, you do 7/7, it's a lot of pressure, and then you leave Marco up so they can't just do the rush guy to kill Yamato. They'll have to kill Marco instead. And then if they kill Marco, you have arrested on a leader, you draw 3. So I would say against Emu, Yamato is still very good. Is Yamato better than Jozu? I don't know. In that situation, I would still say Yamato is probably better. So I would say Yamato has the edge against Jozu and maybe Emu, and that's about it. Is Ninebeard better than Taxbeard? It depends on the situation. I would say in most situations, Ninebeard is better. Taxbeard's really good into Emu. I'll say this combo again, because so this combo also against Emu is what wins me the majority of my Emu matchups. Say you've been playing the game, you have one of these guys out, and then you put a Taxbeard down, okay, and then you have this guy in hand. You would, at that point, play this card to play Newgate and take one of your lives. Assuming you have 1 life, you're now 0 lives, and your leader is 10k. Then, with the remaining 2 Dawn, you play Uta. Blocker, 6 cost blocker. So then, your opponent, if they are Emu, all of their attackers are 7k. They have to put 3 Dawn on every character to demand even just 1 card from you. You just need 3 cards to not die. And then, you play Roger, and the next turn you win the game. Easy peasy. So I like having 2 of these because it just gives you more chances to do that. I found that the times when I had just Tax Newgate and not this one, it was just basically stalling. I found that like even if you have literally every character on your board is 10 cost Whitebeard, that Emu has such defensive capabilities that if you went all in, there's still a chance that you would lose because of all the blockers and all the counter they have. So this forces an endgame state where they can't use blockers. So I personally like it more than Taxbeard, but the ratios, I still don't know if I want like 2 in 1 or 2 in 1. So would you suggest at least 1 of Yamato? Yeah, my personal current build right now plays 4 Jozu, 1 Yamato. 1 of this Yamato in my current build. So my current build plays 1 of each of the counterless cards. So like 6 Jozu, 1 Yamato, 4 Marcos, and then 1 Cavendish is what I'm currently playing. But I'm still like constantly playing and testing and building to see what cards I like in what situations. It's just hard to get the certain matchups you want when you're playing the sim. So that's kind of the downside, is it's really hard to test. Like I'm trying to test this Izo right now against Zoro, but of course we can't fight Zoro. We can't choose, like we can try to find Zoros here. Oh, here's one. Oh shit, good. All right, let's see if this works. I run Taxbeard for the art, but Ninebeard just makes so much more sense. I also have 2 of the parallel Taxbeards. I have 2 of them, so I get it. Okay, we actually have the card that we need. So we're actually keeping this. I want to see how devastating this is. We don't have any of our search cards though. I'm actually going to try and search for our search cards. Do we need this? I I don't think we need Roger, do we? I don't think we need Roger against Zoro, do we? I'm curious how this is going to go. So I can already see the issue with this, which is something I kind of already thought of before we even tried this. I'm going to have very, like, much less hand cards than I would have if I played Yamato's here. Like, we have no way to really get more hand cards right now. And all we can do here is just put 3 on and go, which feels kind of bad. But I can also chalk this up to just not having any one card, like one cost cards to go with this. I'm also not sure why he chose to go first. We can attack him with Otama into his Hiyori here. Does he just go 3 on leader and go face? Yeah, he does. I mean, I'm going to take this one. Oh, we had Red Rock. Oh, I'm not going to use it, though, in case he plays... We have 2 in this deck? Shit, I didn't realize that. Attack. Now, let's try this. So the person who was playing this in their deck said playing this against Zoro felt like an auto win. Let's see how it feels. What sucks is we don't really have a good follow-up here. We don't have any new gates. We have 0 new gates here. Okay, wow. He's really defending it. Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to be a law into Tashigi play. He'll bounce his Prona. Oh, well, that's kind of rude. It's kind of rude, buddy. But it makes sense. I would do it too. There's no ill will by me here. All right, so we got law into Tashigi. So all we have to do now is use this effect, trash this to minus this, and that's it. And then he attacks into leader. And we only need to get rid of 1 card here. We'll get rid of a pudding. Okay, that felt pretty good, actually. Then we can play. Unfortunately, we don't have a really good. We don't have Jozu here. If we had Jozu, it'd be really good. But we don't, so we do this. So we have 7/7. So we'll do 8/8 into Tashigi here. Okay, he gives us the Tashigi. Okay. Okay, it's working pretty good so far. That felt pretty good against Tashigi there. I won't lie, that felt very good. The issue is we don't have any of our top end right now. Like, we don't have the Oria Shiro Higida to play our new gate. But I will say, this feels pretty good. And then we'll play this. And then this. Okay. Then I will take this. Okay. Can we can bounce this guy maybe. And then we can start doing, so what can we do? We can do, that might be pretty good, actually. Play this. We probably don't need all of these. Get rid of this. And then, oh, I can still play this now. Oh, this is way better then. Then let's play this, actually. And I probably don't need... Do I not need this or do I not need this? Depends. Oh, I already used Oriashi Higida. So actually, maybe we'll get rid of this one. We'll do this and do this. Then we'll go 8k leader, 8k leader, 8k leader, 7k leader. Oh, wait, never mind. Why did I go 8 first? I should go 7 first. Derp. Derp. I mean, it's feeling pretty good. This is very strong. It also like limits what he can play because all he wants to do now is get rid of this thing so bad. So he just like stacks all his Dawn on this thing and just goes, yeah, well, eat this, idiot. Let's see what he does. Unfortunately, this means I wasted a 2k counter. But both of these means everything is a 2k counter. That's another thing is when Izo's on the board, everything is a 2k counter. That's it? No, he's gonna take that one back, right? No? Okay. We will play this minus that. And then play this minus that. Because the other way, yeah, he's... That's funny. That's funny, actually. Yeah, that actually feels pretty good. But now he's got all his blockers out. Oh, really? He's attacking with this? Okay. Interesting. Uro! Shirohige! Yeah, GG's. Alright. That felt really good, actually. Izo. It worked. I think that was pretty good. What do you think? Because the other, like, the way you win against Zoro is you go wide. You have all these guys out here and you can't deal with it all. And this enabled me to do that. Pretty handily, actually. So I would say that was a pretty good success. I'd like to find another Zoro to test it again. But I would say that actually worked pretty good. Any other Zoros? I just want to try this specifically against Zoro a couple more times. But I will say... Ah, shit. I've been looking for a tech specifically good against Zoro, and I think... I mean, I'd like to play one more game. But it worked so good against the first Tashigi turn, which I feel is so vital. Like, getting past that first Tashigi turn, I feel is so vital. Man, why does everybody want to play against Zoro? Let me play against Zoro, guys. Let me just do it. Yay. I'm gonna go first. We're looking for Izo. No Izo. Mulligan. No Izo. Well, fuck me. But we have Garp who can search Izo. No Izo. Okay, fuck me, I guess. So this was the other issue that I thought of is like, maybe you just don't find it because you only play 2. And then it's like, well, GG, I guess. So I can definitely see that being a thing. So I've got my Hawk here. Okay, so we'll attack into this. And then 3 here. So, I mean, I'm going to take the next hit because we're just really looking for that Izo. But if we don't find it, I feel like it's almost too late. And so again, this is what I thought would be like kind of an issue with this, is if you don't find that Izo on that 5 Dawn curve turn, it's probably pretty bad. Okay, we didn't find Izo. Yeah, we didn't find Izo. All right, we didn't find Izo. That kind of sucks. Yeah, so we're just going to do, I guess, kind of standard Marco play here. And, I mean, if we can find Izo this next turn, it still might be playable. But, would you... Oh, sorry. That Izo just played into Zoro so cleanly, to be honest. It did. It was so good, actually. Like, I can actually, like, confidently say this is a very good Zoro tech card. The issue is, will you be able to find it? And I don't know if you'll be able to find it. TBH. Next is 7 Dawn. Okay, we're gonna actually get rid of this card. There, okay. He's gonna play Koshido here to protect this, but this is only on KO. We can bounce. So we're gonna play this. Still no. Actually, we could only find Marco here. And then we bounce these and attack into this. Wow, he's got no counter here. Okay. So no Izo. But we're just kind of lucky that he didn't have Tashigi at the time. Yeah, we're just kind of lucky he didn't have Tashigi, basically. I would say the one issue here is we don't actually have the new gate we want, which is any other new gate besides this one. So this is an example of like when this is just not a good new gate to play. Like it's just not a good one to play right now. I'm gonna play it anyway because like it's still a really good card, but it's just like not opportune to play it right now. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess he probably can't use Cavendish here, but like that's it, right? Like this is probably a turn where he just like plays Tashigi, stacks all down on laner, goes just not a good new gate to play. Also, if you're playing 9 new gate into Zoro, you can also use 9 new gate's secondary effect to actually KO this card. So you can actually get rid of one of the blockers. Interestingly, he just kind of avoided hitting our character. So we're actually gonna just do this and then... shit. Now we're probably just gonna play, we're probably just gonna play Roger here. Never mind, we got this new gate. Okay, so now we got the new gates that we wanted. Okay, probably don't need 2 Rogers. Okay, so we'll do 8, 9, and then 12. And then I think next turn, our Roger's gonna be live. Oh wait, already is live. Okay, interesting. He's probably gonna Hody us here. I'm just gonna imagine a Hody or that whatever the Ashura Nantaka Chantaka Dead Man's Game Nantaka Chantaka. block this one for free. So I guess actually I should have blocked that one for free. That's fine. So it's going into leader here. We're going to probably just block this and take a bunch of hand cards for free. And then he plays that. That's fine. Get rid of that. Give him 1K. Then he goes 12 into leader. We can't use Red Rock effect. Do we still lose here? We might still lose here, actually. Oh. Did he forget to attack again? I think he forgot to attack again. I think we would have lost that. Hold on. 2, 4, 6. He's at right now. So, actually, no, we would have won that for sure. No, we would have. Oh, he couldn't. But he used this though. I thought he could, because he only attacked once onto our leader. I think he did have another attack. He just didn't do it. But I think we still would have countered that. So this was 12, right? So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh yeah, we would have been able to defend it for sure. They used a restand event when they should have used LD. What's LD? Oh, LA. What is? I don't even know. What's LA? I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, either way, we would have won that. I'm gonna. Oh, leader ability. Yes. I will chalk that up to the fact that he just didn't have Tashigi the entire game. He just could not find Tashigi. He played around Cavendish. It just wasn't enough. The other tech to Zoro is them just not finding Tashigi, I guess. So we also couldn't find our Izo the entire game. There's Izo. But even with that one game, I do feel like I can confidently say Izo is a good tech against Zoro, like a great tech against Zoro. Just will you be able to find Izo when you need it? In this entire game, we didn't see Izo once when we searched twice. So pretty bad. Let's try another Zoro game before we go into our next tech. So he's going second, we're going first. We do have the search, but I would rather just have the Izo, plus the rest of this is really bad, so we'll mulligan. We don't have it, but we can search for it. We, again, don't have it. So, like, you can see just kind of how bad this is, right? And then we only have this as, like, an option. Okay. So that's kind of the issue is there's a really high chance you just will not find this card when you need it. Izo can't search Izo. Garp's really your only chance. We mulligan twice and use Izo. Okay, we just drew into it. That's really lucky. But then we'll have another chance to see how Izo fares against Zoro. We have 2 new gates here, so we can probably trash one for their ability. Would Izo tech work against other deck? Would Izo tech work against other decks? In other decks, you can just consider Izo's effect to turn any card you have into a 2K. That alone is actually pretty high value, especially for a 5-cost 7K. The deck I think this would be very bad against is Emu, because Emu will KO this card for free. So I would say Izo is very good into Zoro. I would say it's very bad into Emu. But since you only play 2 copies, you could just use leader effect to get rid of it, and then it's no longer a problem. So that's the trade-off. I mean, again, you only play 2 copies. You can trash it pretty easily with your leader effect. So, but you are technically playing another brick. But yeah, Izo in any other deck is basically take any brick, turn it into a 2K. I have 2 bricks in my hand. These can both become 2Ks. And they, like, you know what I mean? And they will. So he does this. I use this to trash this. And then I will actually only give him a 1 here, I think. 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And then I just have to give him 1. So I'm going to give him this one. So both of my bricks became 2Ks just now. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Do I draw a card? I think, do I draw? Let's draw. I almost never use this, but I think we're doing it this time. So we'll do 7. And, oh, that's 8. So we'll do 8, 8, I guess. Maybe it would have been better to use, Marco here, I think. I always say that too. I basically never actually play Yamato. I would always rather play Marco or Jozu. Another Tashigi. Okay, so we're getting the double Tashigi here. We're getting Tashigi'd out of our fucking mind right now. But he only has... Okay, he can do 9. So he'll do 9 into this. He'll be 2, 2. This Tashigi can also attack. So it'll be 8, 9, 9. Oh, never mind, he's doing that. Okay. Then we can use our leader effect to get rid of one of these new gates to do this. And then it's going to be 9 to this. So you can see how literally everything becomes a 2K counter. Everything. My entire hand right now is 2K counters. That's crazy. That's pretty impressive. We don't have events, so we'll just use this new gate instead. These Tashigas are pretty huge, though. So I'm not sure. Because you can see the other issue is we do lack hand cards because we are just tossing so many away. And the turn that we play Izo, we don't have any hand card value. So you can see Izo as having less overall hand cards, but each hand card having more value in terms of counter by literally everything being a 2K counter. Which is pretty cool. Should I just get rid of this card? I think I'm gonna do this one. You have against me on the Izo, gonna try this for sure. But like, I'm convincing myself that this is a good tech. I'm not sure if I'll even put it in my decks yet. I have to see.
Stay a while and listen.
Thanks for the follow. Proton Jack, I appreciate it. Hi, hello. I basically do have to stop this. Let me think what I want to do here. I will trash this card to minus leader. Okay, everybody say goodbye to Izo. Is that the new Izo to Ace tech? It is, but I'm also kind of realizing now that we're losing so many hand cards by doing this. But the fact that he got Law into Tashigi twice is pretty brutal for us. Like, that's pretty brutal, actually. So even then, like, we kind of are getting beat. Trash. Maybe this one? Yeah. We don't have any blockers to kill here. No targets. So yeah, unfortunately we're still going to lose this one, I think. Because this is still too strong, I think. Like, having multiple Laws into Izos, or sorry, Laws into Tashigis is pretty brutal. I think if your opponent high rolls that hard, there's really not a whole lot you can do. This is just way too strong. Look at this. So I would say even then, Izo is not a guaranteed win, but it will definitely help your chances. It will definitely help your chances a bit. Look at this. Like, there's no way we can stop this. We're dead this turn. I personally feel Ace has to go second no matter what deck version you are going. Yeah, I couldn't choose to go first. My opponent chose both times. Yeah, we're pretty fucked here. I mean, anyways, we lost this game. So you can see that Law into Tashigi is just it's still way too much. You know, like it's pretty intense, but the first game was really good. So I would say Tashigi, officially a good tech card. It will not guarantee you the win, but damn sure it will help a lot. So again, the pros here, actually dedicated Zoro tech matchup. It's searchable to an extent only with Garp. It's a 7k body, which is pretty hard to get over. It's generally good against other decks too because it makes any card a 2k. Cons, it cannot be searched by Izo, because Izo cannot search Izo. Sorry if this is like hard to find. Oh, here we go. Other cons, may not be able to play it on curve if you can't find it early. So this is kind of what happened on our second game. We just couldn't find it the entire game. It has no counter by itself and not a proactive card. It will also hurt your hand size. Can you show your current list? I mean, my current list has kind of been screwed around because I've been changing it for this thing. I think my current actual list is, I think I have one Yamato currently. So I'm just testing text right now, but I eventually have to land on something because I have a flagship on the 15th. So this is 410. Red Rock here, this one. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something here. What am I missing? Maybe there was a Rad Beam or something, but I'm pretty sure this is just a better card. I would say something like this, maybe even something like this is probably what my current list is looking like. Japan flagship, yes. Yeah, the reason that my first video was so successful is because I won a flagship with Ace. These are my flagship cards. So this is this is what you get for top 8. This is Zoro. All the top 8 players get this Zoro, and then this is what you get for first place. Is this Luffy card? It was my first time winning a flagship, so for me it felt pretty awesome. I'm from Singapore. Welcome from Singapore. I appreciate you. So I said my list is pretty close to this right now, my actual list. I'm looking for new text to play right now. Eastern meta as well. Yes. All the Asia meta is similar, I believe. So cool. Yeah, man, they're very good looking cards. Okay, so this is what I have now. I'll probably just save this as my OG Ace list. They're so sick, I can't lie. Yeah, I love the design of the flagship cards, especially the Zoro looks pretty sick. The Ace looks, I mean, the Luffy looks pretty simple for like a flagship winning thing, but how do you feel the 5 cost is into Emu? I think it's terrible into Emu. And the reason for that is because Emu can instantly KO it with the one, I don't know what his name is. This guy. This guy will instantly KO Izo. So your Izo, you'll play Izo. Your Izo will do nothing on play besides give you a Dawn, and then your Izo will die the very next turn from this guy. So I think very good tech into Zoro, very bad tech into Emu. But again, as we said, you would only play Izo at probably 2, max 3. And you can just get rid of it with your leader effect. You can just toss it. So it's not even that bad if you were to play, like if you were to main deck that Izo, it wouldn't be that bad against most other decks anyway. The one deck I'm having a big trouble with recently though is Luffy, the blue purple Luffy. I'm having a bad time against blue purple Luffy, so I'm gonna try another tech I wanted to try, which was this Vista. So recently on the sim, I've been playing against UP Luffy, I guess you guys say, overseas. And all Luffy has to do against you is do one Sanji into Luffy or Roger. And then after that Sanji and Roger are on the field, they just have to defend it with event cards and then red rock your new gates. And it is the most annoying shit I have ever had. Actually, no, I guess Zoro's kind of more annoying. But if you get red rocked consistently, it's like you play your new gate, you attack, they counter it with their events, and then they play red rock. They play red rock, they have 4 Dawn active for their event cards. They attack, red rock. Oh man, it's so annoying. So Vista can't be removed from the board as long as you have hand cards. And even though I don't know what what did I write down for Vista? Vista 6 cost. Pros: can survive red rock or anything else. Literally even a 1 billion power attack. You just trash one hand card, you survive. High base attack at 8k, it's searchable through all your search cards, can cause a lot of pressure to low life leaders. This is another reason why I think this would be good against Luffy, is because Luffy only has 3 life. If 2 of them are double attacked, Luffy will always take the first hit to be at 2 life. Luffy can no longer recover life through Big Mom. If you use this guy, you can bring the enemy Luffy to 0 if you stack all your Dawn on it, and then if it doesn't have a blocker you have to deal with. Cons: no counter. Not proactive on play. Literally does nothing when you play it. It just sits there. And not super effective versus a many blocker deck. Luffy doesn't play that many blockers besides Nami and Flamingo. Though I can see that if you were to drop this Vista, I can imagine a Luffy player just dropping blockers to counter this. So I don't know how good this would be as a tech. I can tell you right now, literally nobody is playing this card in their deck. So that reason alone, I would say this is not good. I can also say nobody right now is also playing Izo. No matter, even though it's a really good counter to Zoro, nobody's playing this card. Of all the techs I have on this list, Vista 1 cost blocker and Atmos are the ones that people are actually playing. And Atmos is also a good tech against Luffy because you can Atmos their, you can Atmos their Bonchan, and you can Atmos their Zorojudo to stop their Don Kazoku. Thoughts on 6 cost Secret Ace? Somebody asked me this earlier. My thoughts on 6 cost Secret Ace is that of the 6 cost characters you can play, which is Jozu and Yamato, it is a mix between both of them, but does both of those jobs worse. So you can bounce a 5 cost, but your opponent can play a 4 cost or less. So usually just replace that 5 cost with a 4 cost or less blocker or other character for free. So it doesn't really gain you that much momentum, honestly. Where Jozu can bounce a 6 cost and you can bounce something else like your 2k Otama to your hand or your Garp. You can give yourself another search and get counter to your hand while also removing a 6 cost. And your opponent can't put anything down in response to that. This is very good against the mirror, where your opponent will also be playing Jozu. It's really good against Zoro, where they're playing 5 and 6 cost cards. It's good against pretty much anything. Where Yamato, so the other part of what Ace does, Ace puts 1 Dawn on leader and also has rush. Yamato also puts 1 Dawn on leader and has rush. However, Yamato puts a Dawn on leader every turn. It's an activate main effect. You can do this every turn. Every turn that Yamato survives is another 1000 attack of pressure on your opponent, which means one more counter card they have to use to defend an attack every turn. So this added value over time is huge, assuming that Yamato survives. So I would say that even though Ace is a good mix of both of these effects, you're only gonna play, generally in most games, you're only gonna play a 6 cost character one time, and it's gonna be on your 6 Dawn turn. So I would want my 6 Dawn character I play to be the best possible 6 Dawn play I can do, which in 90% of all cases will be Jozu. There can maybe be some very niche situations where, for example, you never played a 1 cost card. You didn't play a Garp, you didn't play an Otama, you didn't play an Izo. You have nothing to bounce. In that situation, this would be bad to play, and you would rather play the Yamato, the 6 cost Yamato, or even just this Yamato or this Marco. Like in that situation, and probably that situation alone, is when this Ace would be better, in my opinion. Of course, again, this is just my opinion. Play test for yourself as well. I tried this in my deck for about a week and realized that every time it was in my hand, I just threw it away with Leader Effect, because I would always rather just play Jozu. And also I can tell you that all current flagship decks, like the flagship winners on in Japan, are not playing this card. So even though it seems really good on paper, it's just kind of awkward. If this was straight up, if this didn't have the downside of your opponent can play a 4 cost or less, it would be an amazing card. And I probably would actually, even then, because you can't bounce a 6 cost where Jozu can, and you give yourself value with getting one of your cards back to him. Even in that case, I think Jozu might still be better. Yeah, so I think Jozu is unfortunately just the better 6 cost. And yeah, it is the standard of what all decks are playing right now. Actually, this one's only playing 3, but they're not playing any other 6 costs. 3 Jozu, 4 Jozu, 4 Jozu, 4 Jozu. Nobody's playing Yamato or Ace, actually. I really enjoy when someone can break down their reasoning for using a card and how it works and what it works into. Yeah, this is just on my experience though. I'm not going to just tell you guys, like, I am not really good at this game. Oops, I just did this. It's following me around now. Oh yeah, sorry, my camera is now following me around because I raised my hand. Oops. I am by no means a pro. I am usually quite bad at this game. But I would say also the main reasoning for that is because until now I've just played Copium decks. Like I've only played, my main deck for a long time was Marco. Marco Leader. If you guys, if anybody here watches iKailakai, I was on his channel once for playing Marco against his UP Luffy when UP Luffy was popular. And yeah, Marco is very fun, very challenging, very hard, but it's just kind of not meta. And so I would never win flagships. Same with Shanks. I played Shanks for a long time as well. And Shanks also was just kind of mid. One of the reasons why I know that Izo is good is because Shanks ran this Shanks, which has the same effect as Izo, which is trash one of the cards from your hand, give one of your opponent's leader or characters minus 2,000 power for the turn. This is actually the same as Izo. Except there's a 4 cost 6k blocker, which could arguably be even better if you think about it. So I use this in Shanks, and this is what I used to beat Zoro when I played Shanks. I was an NL main. Sorry, just kidding. Just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. Though I never did like playing against NL, to be honest. But then again, I was a Zoro player. Or sorry, not a Zoro player. I was a Shanks player, so I just kept using this Shanks against NL whenever I fought against them. And it worked out pretty good. Okay, Shot in the Dark here. What's your thoughts on 8 cost Snake Man Luffy in Ace as Snake Man Luffy as Ace in Ace as a tech? So that bounce is a 4 cost and requires you to throw away a hand card to put 1 Rested Dawn on something, right? This guy. So 8 cost 8k rush. When attacking, you may trash a card from your hand to return one of your characters with a 1 character with a cost of 4 less to the owner's hand, then give 1 Rested Dawn card to your leader or character. My issue is I don't think 4 cost is very strong right now. I think literally the only 4 cost anybody's actually playing is this Marco. In that situation, it's very strong. I'm sorry, it's not even very strong. It's kind of strong because you're also throwing away a hand card to do this. You're throwing away a hand card to do this, and if you think like it would, I would say in 100% of cases, it would always be better just to play the 8 cost event if you have it. I could see this maybe being a backup if you don't have the 8 cost event. You can throw 1 in there or something like that. But 8k rush feels kind of bad. Throwing away a hand card feels kind of bad. Only hitting a 4 cost. I mean, you're really, really only hitting Marco here. Everything else, like nobody even plays 4 costs. I guess it would be good against like rush card decks. Yeah, like Bello Betty. So we have a Bello Betty main here. And that's kind of it, you know? Actually, hold on. I want to see if I can find, I want to find the picture. When I did my, yeah, here it is. When I was playing at my, championship qualifiers, I was playing against Bello Betty. This is the only game I lost. This was my hand. How much counter do you see? I was laughing. Even though this was like a serious championship, I still got in second place, so I still passed my qualifiers. But like, this was my hand against Bello Betty. It's safe to say I ripped here. It was real bad. I think about sticking with NL and PRB. Yeah, NL gets support in the next set, right? I know there is, and there's gonna be Sky Island support in OP14, I think. I mean, NL's still probably good. It's just like so many decks these days are just way too strong. Does Zoro have a 4 cost clicker that could potentially be bounced? The only 4 cost cards that Zoro plays is the girl. What's her name again? Quina, I think. Quina. I just don't know if they spelled the K or Q. Okay, Quina. But this card rests itself, so you can just kill it with a single attack. The only thing you would really be bouncing against Zoro is probably their blocker, the Koshiro guy. This is probably the only thing you'll be bouncing. And then they just play it again next turn. You know? So like it you know, against Zoro even it just doesn't really feel good. Zoro basically only plays 5 and 6 cost cards besides this Koshiro. I feel Boa for NL helps, but it just auto loses to BP and Bonnie. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue against that. Bring back Raigo. I hated Raigo though. As a Shanks player, Raigo was like the bane of I hated it so much. But yeah, I mean, maybe it was overkill to get rid of that card. Betty is so good into new OP13 decks. I agree. I think actually in my qualifier matches, Betty was the one that won the whole championship. I was second place, Betty was first. So I only lost to the person who got first. It was the end all be all button for NL, and actually the black yellow Luffy as well also used Raigo very effectively, and that was also pretty bad. So that also made that Luffy deck really brutal to fight against, and I hated it. So I won't lie, I'm sorry, I was very happy when Raigo was banned, because I actually hated fighting both those decks. Both of those decks were so boring to fight against. I hated it. No offense, but I hated it. Oh man, it was a grind. Okay, none taken. I'm sure you understand. Okay, I think the last, oh wait, I also wanted to try this. I'm going to try one of this. I actually don't think this is going to be very effective at all. Let's save this as 6 Vista, I guess. 6 Vista, baby. I just want to see if there's any of the UP Luffys we can fight. I don't think this is going to be good against it, actually. I'm just copiuming. I just taken a large swig, a huge whiff of copium with this. Are you kidding me? There's none? When I was playing yesterday and the day before, there was nothing but these guys. You're telling me there's nobody playing Luffy? Quit bullshitting. Yeah, there's one. Oh, it couldn't work. Bruh. Any Smabra players here? Okay. You guys ready to see me get my ass handed to me? Wait, what? Oh, this is the wrong deck. Oh, this is my actual deck. Shit. Well, I'm gonna keep this. I guess we're just playing this now. Sorry, guys. I shouldn't be playing this. I gotta test the tech out. It's the whole point, Siegs. It's the whole point. Gerp. Gerp, 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 gerp. Gerp. Shit. Pudding, huh? I'll take this. See, they would take that, and then I would look for Vista later to fight against this. Did I do? Was I wrong? Should I have? I should have. Oh, he's got Thunder Bagua. Oh, he had nothing. Yikes! Oh, he's playing Mihawk and Flamingo and Roger and Kuros, bruh. Dude, this guy's going all in. All right, so that was whatever. Okay, we're gonna try with not this one. 6 Vista. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask thoughts on the new 5-cost ace promo from the meetup. I think the 5-cost blocker. So that's 5-cost blocker. What was it? Look at 3 and put 2 somewhere else or something like that. I mean, we already have a card similar to that, don't we? Okay, what's that thing called? Ace 5-cost promo. I forget exactly what it does. Where is it? Oh, this one. Reveal. Oh, this is not the right one either. This is PRV. Oh, wait. 5 costs 6k. Look at 3 cards on top of the deck. 3 cards, top of deck. Put top or bottom, and then give 1 rested Don the leader. I would think. It's a blocker though. Blocker's nice. Blocker is nice. But okay, so my thought process for this would be the similar thing I mentioned earlier about Izo. The turn you play it, it doesn't do anything besides put things on top or bottom. You actually get no immediate value out of the ace. He has blocker. Imagining that 1/3 of your games are going to be against Emu. Emu will immediately remove this card. Emu will just KO it for free. KO it for free.
Stay a while and listen.
What's up, Ilmaz? Sorry if I said your name wrong. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Hope you're enjoying your time here. So if you were to, for example, play... Oh, thank you, Ginium-san. It's the 3 for Sun. Are you Ginium-san? That'd be so sick. That'd be pretty sick. Thank you as well. What else was I going to say? Oh yeah. So for example, if you were to play the 5-cost Yamato, this doesn't have blocker, but it draws you 2 cards immediately. You immediately have value by getting 2 cards to hand. Ace lets you look at them and put them top or bottom. He doesn't draw you a card. So you don't get any hand value by playing Ace. And then he gets KO'd next turn, probably, if you're playing against Emu. Where like Marco is also 6k, has blocker, will draw you 3 cards. So if you're looking for a blocker, just play Marco. If you're looking to draw cards, just play Yamato. It just kind of seems it's almost like the secret ace, that like the same discussion where like it's like doing both of these things somewhat, but is not best at either of them, and then just ends up being the worst option. My thought process was drop 6 Yama to run 3 of the ace, to also run a Rad Beam. You want to get rid of the 6 Yama. Is Jozu already at 4 for you? To also run Rad Beam. I've tried Rad Beam. I just couldn't get it to fit. It's at 3. I see. I mean, it's worth testing, because there's a lot of things that on paper to me seem good or don't seem good until I try it and I'm like, oh, this is really good, or this is actually not as good as I thought. So just my thought for Ace is it doesn't give you immediate value. You're just looking at cards. And if you're playing against Emu will immediately KO it. Where both Marco and Yamato will immediately give you value. And Marco, if you want a blocker, is also a 6k blocker. So I would rather just play these and then use the space, the 6 cost or 5 cost space elsewhere. Because there's such little space in this deck too. If you're playing everything, you know? That's just like my initial thoughts on it, but I'd be happy to hear what other people get with it. And also, once it's out, I'm not sure if it's out right now or not. I mean, we could always test that at some point. But just when I saw that card, that's just what I thought. There's no immediate value, and it's just not as good of a blocker as Marco is. But the attack value is the same. I guess it has counter though, right? I want to fight a Luffy with this before I end this tech, and then I'll give you like the memeiest tech I saw so far. The most meme of all techs. Bruh. He's at it. Wait, he's back. What's up, Bilbo? Swaggins? It's the Swagginses. The ticket to hop is to Isengard. Right now I run 3 of 6 Yama and 3 of 6 cost Jozu. That's how I first ran it, actually. Those were my numbers when I first started playing this deck. It's a good place to start. And I would actually recommend doing that just to see. You can test both in different situations to see which ones you like better. I did that, and then I ended up kind of realizing that I just prefer Jozu in most cases. You 6 cost Vista brother. We're testing techs, okay? I know this one's going straight in the garbage. Trust me. Actually, I think it's so bad that maybe we don't even need to test it. Maybe we just don't even need to test this one, guys. Let's try it. Hey, first time here. I have a question. What is your top 3 decks for PRBO2? PRBO2. Which one's PRBO2 again? I'm gonna go second. Yes, second. Which one's PRBO2 again? That is the 25th anniversary set for the anime one, right? My top decks at that time. I can just kind of tell you what was popular in the Japan meta. What was popular in the Japan meta? I mean, this one, obviously. Am I gonna take this? I'm taking this one. What did I play in the... But of course, this card has banned cards now, and it's only good now because of Roger. So it's kind of different because... Oh shit, did I have Atmos? No, I'm not playing Atmos in this version. It's kind of different because you're playing with different cards than I was at the time. Because you have a different ban list than I do. I played Shanks during the PRBO2 meta. I don't know. I don't think Shanks was the best, but that was what I played. What did I always lose to? Bonnie. Bonnie is very strong. I think Bonnie was very strong. Is Zoro PRBO2? I think Zoro is very strong. What do I want to get rid of here? I probably don't need 2 of these. Sorry, I'm just like overthinking here. I'm gonna just remove this. Zoro, Bonnie. I think green, like, I think that the PRBO2 meta was like green cards. I'm running, oh yeah, Smolker was also very good. But I felt like Zoro was just better than Smolker. Unfortunately. Okay, so because he's running Bond Clay, we are gonna just bounce that because we don't want Bond Clay sticking on the board when we play our new gate. Okay. Actually, I probably should have attacked into him here. I think Smoker is good. I think Smoker just kind of gets outclassed a little bit by Zoro. Like, I think if you're gonna play a green deck, I think Zoro's kind of your best bet. But I know that Zoro's gameplay is just not the best, or not everybody's cup of tea, and I totally get that. Shit, that's kind of bad. Well, we don't have Vista. Oh wait, maybe we can search Vista. Nope. I completely fucked up because now we don't even have a play to do right now. Maybe we can find a Vista. Okay, there he is. Okay, we're playing Vista here just because I want to fucking try it. Play Vista. Look at him. Look at this asshole. Look at him. Look at his mustache. He's trying to be Roger. Oh man, he's like Roger and Lucci mixed together without the bird. So what do you got? Uso Hachi plus drew a card. I think I need to block this one though. Reason being, we're about to get hit with these. Yeah, sucks actually. Oh, we don't even have a Dawn leader because we suck. We don't have a Dawn leader because we suck. Boink. Yeah, this sucks. See, this is exactly what I thought would happen. They would just put blockers down if they saw this. And it's exactly what's happening. Yeah. Yeah. So this is why this is a bad idea. And I knew this is what was going to happen. I fucking knew it, man. Okay, we're gonna play this. Play this. Draw cards. Remove. I'm just gonna let one of these go before he lets the other one go, I think. But yeah, I think Smoker was pretty good at the time too. Luffy gets Marco too now. Shake my head. Dude, it gets everything. I don't really know why they didn't just ban this leader, to be honest. It's just so good. Like, all he has to do now is just keep playing Red Rock. And I guarantee you that's what's about to happen to this guy. Look how fucking tough the Soyaji is. Look how strong. He's like, goo da 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 da. And then like he's just gonna get like Red Rocked right now. You guys ready for it? He's gonna get his noggin bonked right now by a giant fist. Wait, is you guys gonna let us do this? Hold on. I'm gonna trash 2K. I should probably also use ESO effects soon. I'm gonna use ESO. Fuck. Is not red rocking? Oh shit. Man, this is fucked. This is so fucked, man. Like, what do you do about this? What do you even do about this? Everything is 8K or higher that I have to swing into here. So this goes to show how very awful of an idea this was. Can we stop this? Not really, right? Yeah, we just take it. Yeah, okay. Come on, Vista. You're a really good tech right now. You're a really good tech, buddy. Oh, man. Blocker. Uso Hachi also can't hit this. Then he's got one Dawn up, and it's probably going to be, what's it called? We could bounce this, and we could... I don't have a 1 cost, never mind. I was going to say we could bounce this and then putting a 9 cost hand or a 9 card hand. I don't think there's anything we can do here. We were so dedicated to getting Vista out, and we immediately saw its counterplay. Like nothing matters here. Like nothing can even swing. Nothing can even swing. Okay, this is gonna require 4 counter. He uses Giganto, of course. Yeah, and then we attack this for 2. He might even take it for like the lulls. Yeah, that's it. That's all we can do. Look at this board. This is stupid. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do about this? So this is my current, like, I actually don't know what to do about this deck. I'm fighting right now. I'm actually just going to concede here. But, like, what do you do? What do you do against this? So, even if you were to get your perfect curve and you're like, new gate, you would just lose. So let me show you. I have one last very troll build to show you guys before we end for the day. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, bruh. Round table, baby. Maybe one iron. So, I saw one person trying this, and I thought, that looks really stupid. I want to try it. Round table. Give one of your opponent's characters a minus 10,000 power for this turn. We are playing the 9 new gates here. The goal is use this to play out this early. If you're playing against Luffy, the one we just fought, you play round table. You put their Roger to 0. You put the remaining Dawn onto Newgate. Newgate swings into Sanji. You KO the Roger. They use like all their hand cards to defend Sanji, or Sanji just dies. And then you do the same thing next turn. If they were to Red Rock you, I run this in Black Sabo. Oh, that's cheeky. That's cheeky. Ein's like a character you can also play, but it costs 7. I don't. Nah, let's just go with Round Table actually. Sorry, Ein, you're cute and all, but I'm just gonna try this one instead. In combination with Red Cost Sabo. Is that black or? Oh, this one? KO up to. Oh yes, that is a good combo. Because technically, Round Table can minus it into the negatives, and you can KO 2 with a combined power of 4,000 or less. So this can actually KO really, really big numbers. I remember this being a pretty fun tech, and I used this at Marco for a short time, actually. So that's the idea. The idea is that you can attack really big while also KOing really big numbers using Newgate. I also don't think this is going to be any good, but I just want to try it like once, just so we can say we tried it, laugh about it, make a cool video about it, and then never do it again. But it is true that I'm having a really hard time beating that Luffy. If anybody has any suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them. We found something that works pretty good against Zoro. Whether or not there's gonna be space in the deck to incorporate it, I'm not sure yet. But against Luffy, I'm still kind of not sure. The only thing I can really kind of see is actually the 1-cost Visa. And I think the 1-cost Visa is actually going to be pretty standard in a lot of ace decks going forward. So this is a tech that a lot of people are using, and it actually is working right now. Wow, triple Ninebeard. I've seen some lists just omitting Taxbeard completely. It might be the way. Yeah, I mean, again, the turns, I mean, I have a lot of experience playing this in Japan. The turns I've played Taxbeard, it's really just like made the game last like an extra turn, and then even then, again, your opponent, if you're playing against Emu, which is basically the only card that this is good against, just plays the 10-cost Gorose, and then like nothing happens, you know? Best way to slap Luffy is spam and hyper aggro, same way Bello slaps UP Luffy. Yes, but I mean, like, if you're playing this deck, you know what I mean? Which I guess maybe you could do that with, for example, 6-cost Yamato, the rush one. I wonder why people drop Taxbeard. I really like playing it. So in my experience, yeah, basically it only works against Emu. So, I mean, have you guys played it against Emu? So Emu. So this is what Emu does if you play Taxbeard. So assuming you play Taxbeard when all these guys are on board. So assuming they're on board, okay? You play Taxbeard. What they do is they trash this guy and draw a card, and then they play this card. And then they pass 2. No, sorry, they play this card, and then with their leader, they hit like 14k or something stupid like that, which you either take or you have to block and trash 3 cards to defend it. If you're playing, or sorry, trash 2, if you're playing like it's the 12k Newgate. This card makes all of your 5 Elders cards become 7k. So even this becomes 7, actually. Then your opponent passes to you. You play another Taxbeard, or maybe you don't have it because you only play 2 in the deck anyway. So you play your other Whitebeard, whatever. He attacks 7, 7, 7, 7. Leader effect. Trash this guy. He goes to 12. Then he swings 12 with this, uses this effect, puts them all out again, and then uses all the Dawn on this to attack your blocker. So I feel like Taxbeard doesn't even really do much against Emu, which it's really the only reason it's in the deck is to fight against Emu. That's kind of why I think it's not as good anymore. And I already explained why I think Ninebeard is just really good against Emu in general. I can explain it again if you weren't here for that, though. What are my thoughts on Flame Emperor? I've never tried Flame Emperor. Flame Emperor was a card I was really excited to try out when Ace was announced. Flame Emperor, 7 costs. If your leader is Ace, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 8,000 power or less, and then your leader gets double attack plus 3,000 power during this turn. This is... When I first saw this card, I was like, this is really good into Zoro because they play Mihawk. And then I realized that nobody really plays Mihawk anymore. So this really will only kill like Tashigi maybe, and then you can put this on your leader for a double attack. If you're playing against Luffy, both Sanji and Luffy and Roger have over 8k, so you can't really KO any of their guys. So I'm trying to think of like what would be the match where this is like really good, especially for 7 Dawn. You know, because I think the only timing you would have to play this is on your 7 Dawn turn if you're forced to go first, which you never want to do. Agree, it does seem to just stall for a turn, and I guess the bonus to leader effectively makes it harder for them to attack into you anyway, and Ninebeard pops their small blockers too. Yeah, but my reasoning for Ninebeard, sorry, I mean, this is like my 3rd time explaining this, but I get that people come in and out of stream, so I get it. Let me just load up Ace again. Ninebeard, If you are playing against Emu, and let's just assume you played, this was your first Newgate that you played before they played Godose, like the Five Elders card. Then they played Five Elders card. You play the Stall Whitebeard. Sure. Okay. Then the turn after that, say you're at 1 life, because you can control this. You would easily get to 1 life. You would play I Am Whitebeard into Newgate. You would take your last life and use this effect. Your leader is now 10k. And with the remaining 2 Dawn, you can play Uta, who becomes a 6 cost blocker, which can't be removed by Emu. Now you're 10k, all of Emu's attackers are 7k. If they want to even demand 1 counter from you, they must put 3 Dawn on all their characters, meaning they can't even do anything. They can only maybe attack you 3 times the entire turn. Easily defended, and you have a blocker. Even if you only had 2 kind cards, you're fine. And then you're at 0 life. Your next turn you play Roger. And then you have 12, 12, 10, 13, and 6 to end out the game. This forces an end game. Because when you're fighting against Emu, it becomes a long ass grind, and everybody just keeps grinding their resources by staying at 1 and staying at 1 health, like 1 life, because you both have blockers that can control this. This forces an end game that they can't overcome. Do you know what I mean? So I just, like, for me, this is just really good. At the same time, the blocker becomes 8k on the second swing. Yeah, exactly. Because because they can use the Five Elders sword guy twice. Flame Emperor would be very good in UP Luffy meta, like in old Luffy. Yeah. So in old Luffy meta, when they had Katakuri, 8 cost Katakuri, yes, that would be great. And so against 8 cost Katakuri and 8 cost Mihawk, this is where I thought that Flame Emperor would be very good. And when Ace was announced, those 2 cards were very popular. Now nobody plays them, except for Roger. Roger plays the 8 cost Katakuri. So unfortunately, I can't really find a strong argument for playing Flame Emperor. So even though this sounds really cool, the effect is really cool, it's for Ace specifically, you can do lots of like really aggro stuff. I just can't really find what deck, like what meta deck, this would be especially useful against. I can see an argument for Zoro, maybe, but keep in mind that Zoro also plays a lot of really small, annoying blockers that this would just not work. For example, even against Zoro, and this is like the best case scenario I can imagine, you can KO Tashigi, because Tashigi is 7k. They also play, but of course they play Koshiro. And if you guys know Koshiro prevents the KO of a character with the slash attribute that's 5 costs or less. Tashigi is 5 costs or less with slash attribute. You can just defend that Flame Emperor attack or whatever effect use it by just turning Koshiro sideways. So, oh sorry, you can you just turn him sideways. So like there goes all that aggro, you know what I mean? Like it's so even against Zoro, which I think is the best use case for Flame Emperor of the current meta decks, I just don't think it's that good. I can maybe see a use case against Roger as well. Actually, I could see maybe you could beat Roger with this, because Roger does play. Actually, you really only hit Katakuri. I don't even play Katakuri in this version. Never mind. Sorry, no, not even against Roger. It's any good. So, and unfortunately, Flame Emperor is just not good. In my opinion. Let's just try this a couple times. I'm gonna try this also against Luffy if I can find one, because Luffy is just the one I'm having the worst time with. Of course, if anybody has any other suggestions for tech to play against that Luffy, I'm all ears, because I just can't do it. Hi, quick question. OP01 Zoro leader won a tournament recently. Any thoughts on using such an off-meta aggressive deck? My thoughts on Zoro is that new Sabo is just kind of a better Zoro, in my opinion. No, not this one. This one. 1 Dawn, if your characters with if you have a character with with a cost of 8 or more, all of your characters and leader gain plus 1,000 power. I just feel like Sabo has become a better Zoro. I'd like to see what you do against Zoro. So we did it earlier. The tech against Zoro. You mean the green one, or do you mean the red one that you just mentioned? Against the red one you just mentioned, you would basically try to balance things with like Atmos or Jozu, while also just KOing things as best as you can. Being 6k really helps. In my case, green. To fight the green Zoro, we were testing this out. It actually works really good. 5 cost red Izo. On play, you can attach a Dawn to your leader, so that fulfills the requirement of wanting a Dawn on your leader. You may trash 1 card from your hand if your leader has Whitebeard Pirates or Wano. Give one of your opponent's leader or characters minus 2,000 power for the turn. The text for the turn is very important because in Zoro's case, both of his attacks, or all 3, if he's using the event card, is minus 2,000 power for the whole turn. So this is very strong. This halves the amount of counter cards that you need to use to stop one of Zoro's attacks on the turn he plays Shigi. So we tried this. The first game we tried this, it was very effective. We basically shut down Zoro. The second time we played this, basically the opponent just like was high rolling way too much. He had both Law into Tashigi 2 times in a row, and it was too much. Because the downside to this Izo is you can't get hand advantage. Most cards in Ace's deck allows you to draw cards, and that's what is very strong about Ace. This card does not let you draw cards. It just lets all your cards in hand have more value by making this essentially a second leader effect by making any card a 2k counter, which is also very strong. So if you're looking for like an actual, I would say, tech against Zoro, this is very good, this Izo, in my opinion. Until the end of the opponent's end phase is what makes it super strong. Exactly. During the opponent's turn, that pushes it over red Zoro. Oh, you mean for Sabo? It lasts until your opponent's end phase? Oh, you're right. Yeah, even on your opponent's turn, everybody's additionally more power. Yeah, it's just forever, right? Yeah, that's crazy. So in my opinion, this Sabo is kind of just the new Zoro. This deck just kind of power creeped Zoro, in my opinion. But I think that the aggro Zoro can still have a place against things like Luffy, for example. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Sorry, slow typer. No worries, man. No worries. Can I find a Luffy to play against? Can I find... Whoops, 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 whoops. No, 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 no. Guys, let me play. I want to play the game. Bruh. Here we go. Pirate 52. Hello, Pirate 52. Chose to go second. I'm going first. Let's keep. Because I have this. What was my new tech on this? Oh yeah, round table. Okay, we do have this beard. I'm going first. But I think I want Jozu, right? Because I'm gonna play this. I think I want Jozu, right? Yeah. It's tough. It's tough. Ooh, Izo. Can we find another one? I can't search round table with this. That's really annoying. We can search this blocker, and I think we'll actually play this right now. Which we should not have played yet. Play your cards after you attack. Don't be stupid like Siegs. Please be wary of trigger effects. Trigger attacks are very bad. Still can't find one of our round tables at the bottom of the deck now. But yeah, I will be making this into another video called Ace Techs. So please be on the lookout for that. I'm also gonna make a video soon about the World Cosplay. No, sorry, the Tokyo Game Show experience, because me and my crewmates went to the Tokyo Game Show recently, and it was very fun. So that'd be, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, please be on the lookout. Though I have been focusing on the One Piece card game recently, the channel will be about general Japan content as well. In case you didn't know, I'm living in Japan right now. Let us get rid of this. Stop it. Okay, so you can see, like, in this, actually in this situation, maybe the ace would have been better because you can bounce this. But for 4, if they played Bond Clay, I would fucking lose my mind. So actually, maybe not. Let's bounce this, okay. We can also play card. What's our next turn? We don't have a next turn. So actually, we need to find Oroshiro Higida. So maybe we will actually play this. And we found it, nice. What brought you out to Japan? I was looking for... I was basically wanted to get out of my hometown and to work at a job I didn't think I would hate. I was originally going to be an air conditioning technician. That's what I went to college for. But I realized during my course in college that all of my teachers hated their lives. And I was like, I don't want that to be me. So I thought, what would be a job I wouldn't hate doing? And I thought teaching would be fun because you're just talking to people, kind of like streaming. So I wanted to do that, but I didn't want to do that in my hometown because there's nothing to do in my hometown. So I thought, what if we just did this in Japan and we taught English? And so that is what I did. I'm going to use this because I need some space. We got Roger. We're going to trash this. He's going 6K into leader. Can we dig more? We're not going to use Joe's anymore, right? So trash this. Let's get rid of... We're probably not going to be using blockers anymore. Okay. And yeah, that's basically the case. That is why we went to Japan. Honestly, would love to work in Japan, but also don't want to leave my friends, partner, and family. Yeah, at the time, I was young enough where I wasn't concerned about that kind of stuff. I actually brought 2 of my best friends with me to Japan, so that also helps. That 2 of my best friends actually came with me here, which is pretty huge. And the other thing is, a lot of my other friends either made families or even moved away from the city themselves. So a lot of my friends don't even live there anymore. But my best friends came with me here. So that was kind of cool. And then like my other best friends, like one lives in Thailand now, I think. One lives kind of away, like 2 live away from the main city. So it wasn't that big of a deal at the time for me, personally. Okay, this is gonna be a Yanto, right? Yeah. Was it the JET program? No, it was like a kids conversation school, but it wasn't the JET program. It was a place called like Peppy Kids Club or something. That was my first job. That's awesome. You think you will live there long term or have been? I've been here for 13 years now. So yeah, I think I'm gonna be here a while. Oh man. Oh, we have round table, but unfortunately we just couldn't find the what's it called? The red Whitebeard and round table. Just couldn't get into our hand at the time, so this kind of sucks. That is huge. Yeah. Sadly, I don't think my mates would go with me. Sadly. Yeah, I think my friends at the time were also just out of university, and there's like that time when you're out of university, especially if you don't know what you want to be or there's not really any opportunities in your city, which is basically what was happening in my city. And we were like, yeah, I was like, hey guys, what are you gonna do now that you're done school? And they're like, I don't know. And both of them are English majors. It's like, what are you gonna do, right? Like, I think they both wanted to be writers, but like, what are you gonna do, right? So they both didn't know what they wanted to do. So I brought up the idea of like, how about, you know, giving teaching in Japan a shot just for like a year or something. And they're like, you know what? Sure, that sounds fun. We're all like into anime at the time and games and shit. There's the Red Rock. I fucking hate this game. This is exactly what I was worried about. This is all they have to do, honestly. They just got to keep Red Rocking. It's the most annoying fucking thing on the planet. I hate it so much. We have the Nine Beard now, but we don't have what's it called? We have to get rid of. Actually, we're probably just gonna get rid of Nine Beard, unfortunately, because we don't have the round table. That sucks. I don't want to trash anything. I'm gonna trash this, and then give him a 2K. And then after we moved here, my one friend is now married with 3 kids. And then my other friend, we actually work together at the same company right now. Our own company. Which if you've seen the Around Akiba hobby channel that I'm also part of, that is actually our company. That's awesome. Congrats. My friends taught me in Korea for a bit. I almost joined him. Oh, your friends taught in Korea for a bit. Yeah, Korea was the other option. We couldn't decide between Japan and Korea for a while. Actually, if he attacks my visa now, I think we just lose it. Oh wait, no, we had blocker vista. I think we just block with blocker vista, right? Yeah, we just block with blocker vista. So blocker vista, pretty good. Actually, I think we're just honestly gonna just keep doing this. We're gonna keep getting red rocked, and it's gonna be really fucking annoying. But like, this is really all we can do right now. English major here. I wanted to become a writer too. I mean, everybody wants to become a writer if you're an English major, right? That's kind of like the deal, right? Giganto, yeah, like, or okay, Thunder Bagua. Like, see, this is how impossible this is. And especially if he just gets another red rock here, like, what do you even, there's no counterplay. You just lose. You just lose, man. Korea work hours are better from what I heard. I used to study there. I mean, yeah, I think Korean society is probably a more balanced society than Japan, to be honest. I just think at the time, I just didn't know anything about South Korea, and I was just like, I just don't know anything about South Korea. So I had like no interest in it compared to Japan. But South Korea was the second choice, actually. It's like the second option, if you will. I think I'm just gonna take this and block this one. That was 13 years ago, to be fair. I mean, I also came here 13 years ago, so I get it. I think the way he's playing makes me think he has the Rush Luffy. No, he's got the Roger. Okay. Okay, so he's 8K. Oh, he's actually using all his Dawn. Interesting. Okay, so let's trash. What do we do here? What's the best way to go about this? Trash one of these, and then give him this. I think we only need these. Okay, and then we play this. Play this. Don't take. Oh, we also have a Vista. Oh, that's really good. Okay, we get rid of this then. And then we do this, and we can actually put one Dawn on leader as well to do 9. I still think there's no way we beat him though. So 9. So we can do, let's do 9 here. I don't know if we're even gonna get to the Roger Shanks promo in time. What's the Shanks promo? You mean the 12, the 10 cost one that ignores blockers? you stop this? Oh my god, you can. That's fucking crazy. This deck's insane. I'm Monarch. Can't be bothered with the Twitch ads. Sorry, dude. I mean, oh wait, is that why you're on Oh, I see. You switched over to YouTube. That's totally fine. I understand. Totally get it. Shanks promo ignores blockers. Yeah, I have 2 of those. I mean, to be honest, people ended up playing this Roger over that Shanks anyway. Because I also thought that was going to be the answer to Emu, for example, and it still is pretty strong against Emu, to be fair. But I think everybody just thinks this Roger is the better choice. Because you can also attack the turn you play it. But I think it's personal preference. But almost all Roger decks do play this card. Oh man. Infinite resources, huh? Feels good, huh? Shit, so bad. It's so bad, man. Like, I love how this deck is all about the 9-cost Whitebeard with Round Table, and we didn't get them the whole game. I get that, but having the option is nice. Yeah, and for here is the promo, and I think if you wanted to buy it. So this is how the story goes. When Emu was first released, we were thinking about like how we can possibly beat Emu. I was drinking with my boss, who also plays this game, and I was like thinking, and we were thinking, and I was like, what about the... I actually said, like, what about the this promo Shanks? Like, you can just ignore blockers. Like, that's pretty crazy, right? And I remember searching Medicati, which is like our kind of like our used... It's almost like an auction site here, where you can like put up stuff. Like that's actually where I bought this Roger, was from Medicati. And that Shanks card went from being... let's see here. Can I actually stop this? I can, right? I'm gonna... Oh, I have to... Let me think here. No, there's no way we can stop all of them though, right? Okay, yeah. Just lose. And then, yeah, then that card went from like being 200 yen for one to 2,500 yen for one. And yeah, it was pretty bad. Over here, the Emu deck plays 2 to 3 Stussy. Exactly, yeah. This is true. It plays Stussy. Okay, he used all his cards here. So we're going to trash this. Not enough. Yeah, it's just not possible, man. Like, what do you do? And you still have Giganto. The turn I drop the Shanks, they drop Stussy. Yeah, I mean, basically every deck has kind of like a way to deal with these big guys now, because these big guys are the meta. And yeah, I'm actually not sure how we beat Luffy here. So, I mean, this is what I thought. I mean, I'll try this one more time. I don't think this is the tech because, again, it's not consistent. You can't really search these cards. Let's see if there's another Luffy. But like right now, I feel like this is the only deck that when I see it, I actually just don't know how I'm supposed to beat it. It was Zoro. Now we kind of have a tech against Zoro if we want to use it. But I still don't really know like what we do against Luffy. Like I really just don't know what we're supposed to do. Early believe is to rush them down before they establish board. But the only way Ace can do that is with the 7-cost Yamato. Or I guess technically the Ace. I guess, but then Ace, if you play Ace, they can play Bond Clay. But I kind of also agree that it might be better to just play a bunch of like 6 costs rather, and then just forget the new gates. 6-cost Yama and the 5-cost Ace. Oh, you mean the 5-cost Ace that like can stop himself from being KO'd one turn? I would maybe just use the Yama though. Hi man, what's up? F Sakura 21. Just hit it with a stick like Eskimo Bob. What's up, RD? Yeah, RD is one of my hometown buddies that I was talking about earlier. The 5-cost Sticky Ace from the starter deck, but that one is only 6k. I would say if we were going the rush route, it probably would be that Yamato, to be honest with you, because of the fact that you can also stack Dawn on your leader. And if you had multiple Yamatos, that means you would have an additional Dawn per Yamato you played every turn. Of course, we know the direct counter to this, which is Gravity Blade. I'm not sure if they're playing Gravity Blade anymore. I used to play Ace, but feels like everybody is countering Ace with Green Zoro. I realize up Luffy 9-9 is so difficult as well. Yeah, UP Luffy is, I think, the most difficult. So that's why we're talking about techs we can potentially use to fight against Luffy right now. Do you play Red Rock in your list? 2 Red Rock might be a way. I do play 2 Red Rock, or 1 actually. But I feel like it's not the way because Luffy plays 2 characters. You play 1. If you play 6 Dawn to get rid of one of their 2 characters, Luffy just shrugs and plays 2 more. You can't catch up in that way. You Red Rock 1 the character, then he summons 2 more. Exactly. So yeah, exactly. It's kind of the issue, and hence I went to the dark side. That's fair. That's fair. I think Imu is still consistently the best deck. Like, it has the best matchups against pretty much everybody. Yeah. I wonder. I wonder if this is the way. Pretty sure if Eastern had the 3-round format, Ace would be better. I just think there's some decks that Ace just loses to, and Luffy is one of them. And maybe I would say Zoro, but I've beaten Zoros without any special tech a few times. It's really, really hard for me to beat this Luffy deck. The new promo Roger breaks the deck for UP. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think it would at first. Like, I thought, like, oh, that sounds fun. Maybe people can try that. It sounds like it's pretty good. And now that I'm playing against it, I'm like, I actually just don't know how to beat it. Like, I actually don't know how to beat that deck. I think maybe Vista, and if these Vistas were changed to Yamabros, could be an option. And then you just go second. And then, yeah, I think maybe the idea would be to play a bunch of little dudes. Maybe. But then I feel like they get to 10 so fast, and then they just start dropping like 8, like these 9 and 10k bodies. Drop 1 5-cost Yamato for Grav Tech. But you mean against Zoro? No, against Zoro, we discover that Izo is the way to go. Izo is a very good tech against Zoro, and potentially could help against Luffy. I guess, yeah, because if you're going for the rush down tech against Zoro or Luffy, this Izo being a 5-cost 7k could kind of help with that, maybe. Like, on the 5 Dawn turn you play this, on the 7 Dawn turn you play Yamato. But this Izo actually feels like a very good tech against Zoro. And we played it a couple times and we realized that this actually is the case. It's not an auto win, but it's very strong if you get it. I feel like Imu going first might have a chance to win Ace. But Ace going first, quite difficult to win Imu. Do you mean second? Because Imu almost always wants to go second against Ace, I feel. I loved the Visa tech, by the way. I used it myself. Do you mean these guys? These guys are actually pretty good. I think these guys might be staying. Izo is the perfect target for Godthread, though. So I don't mean oh, I see. Yeah, in Luffy. I mean, I don't think this isn't what you would use against Luffy. I'm just saying if it happens to be in the deck, it's not as bad. But I mean, like, since I think this is a very good counter to Zoro, I'm just trying to think if it would be terrible in Luffy or if it would be like decent. But yeah, this is definitely a Godthread target. This is true. And I also don't know what you take out. Like, this space is pretty tough right now, but I don't think... I mean, people are playing 2 Red Rocks now, but I feel the Red Rock's more for the mirror than it is for the Luffy. This. I mean, I could try something like this as well. What is this? Chrono Trigger? Yeah, Chrono Trigger. So this is where I'm at, guys. I don't know how to fight Luffy. Luffy is just kind of a bad time. But I'd say he's kind of the main bad time target for me right now. Both Emu and Ace want to go second, but you can't always win the dice roll, so I practice going first too. I mean, I do too, because I basically always lose the Janken when I'm playing against Emu. But I'm pretty confident against Emu right now, for the most part. I think right now the only deck where I'm just like, I just don't know what to do is against Luffy. Does Rad Beam help get out of an extra swing maybe? It does if you have the Dawn up, but you'll only have the Dawn up if you play this card. And you can't always rely on that. And even then, like, it's like one swing. And it's more about like, because I'm trying to think like, how do you beat it? I don't think you can beat it through like numbers of like big guys encountering. I think it actually is, like someone mentioned earlier, like you have to just beat him before he gets too overwhelming, which would come down to rushing him down. So I'm kind of like, actually, maybe that's true. I'm like thinking maybe this is actually true. And maybe Yamato is good in that case. But like my thing right now is all these like recent flagship decks and like winning deck lists I'm looking at, even for for Ace, don't play these cards. So I'm like actually wondering like how do they beat Luffy? Like I actually don't know. This is something I have to think about. Actually, if you look at the recent winning lists, you'll see that the vast majority of them are Zoro. This is yesterday. Zoro, Zoro, 8. This is standard battles. They don't matter as much. Zoro, 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 Emu, Zoro, Zoro, Rayleigh, Roger, Emu, Zoro, Ace, Emu, Emu, Rayleigh, Zoro, Emu, Zoro, Ace, Emu, Zoro. It's pretty Zoro heavy, man. Spam Marco blockers. Your deck list seems quite okay. I think so too, but maybe I'm just playing against Luffy wrong. Maybe I'm relying on the new gates too much. Have you tried picking up the UP Luffy off the table and chucking across the room? That was my strategy for how to beat Zoro. That was to punch him in the face. Yeah, you're right. You just take his deck and rip it in half or something. Yeah, you floop the table. That's how you beat Luffy. You floop the table. I feel like Emu beats UP Luffy, so probably not worry about it too much. To be fair, you're right. I haven't really seen Luffy in my tournaments. Not a single time. So you might be right. Like maybe just due to how the meta is, that Luffy won't appear. And like, even if we look at all of these, there's one of this entire page. There's one Luffy. Oh, sorry, two. There's one over here. Oh, but it's a 3-on-3. Oh, it's a 3-on-3. Who was on his team? Zoro? Both Zoros. This is a spicy list. Wow. Actually, no. Both of these 3-on-3 teams chose a Luffy. 3 red rocks. Fuck you. 2 red rocks. Man, look at these counters. It has so much counter too. Ugh, I'm new here. Sorry, hold on. What did I just miss? You eat one of their cards and ask the judge for a deck tech. Yeah. I mean, what else do you do, honestly? I just feel UP Luffy loses to Zoro and Emu more than you will meet. Maybe. You're right. I'm new here. Is Luffy like that spin attack land use? Oh, Ian used us when he was the bounce. I tried talking to somebody about the bouncer the other day and they just didn't know what it was. And I was like, come on, the bouncer with Sion Barzad and Cole Lafo and whoever the other guy was. Volt Kruger. I think that was it, right? Why do I remember these? I have such a bad memory, but I remember these obscure character names from a game I played when I was like a teenager. I haven't lost the UP Luffy because surprisingly Emu outvalues UP Luffy. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. So you're saying I should switch to UP Luffy if everyone at my LGS is adamant about not playing Emu? I guess. Yeah, probably. I think Bella Betty is pretty sick. Why isn't anybody on it? I think that they are. I Do I still have the picture up? There was a picture of like the one loss I had at my regional qualifiers was against Bella Betty. You can see they're playing Bella Betty here. Here's my hand. We have 1K counter. Brick, 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 brick. Yeah, I lost that one. But you're right. I think Bella Betty is probably good to use against UP. I played against the Bella Betty. Oh my god, I got swarmed. Yeah, I mean, Bella Betty is still good. I think rush decks are still good. That's why you can see here that some people are still playing Rayleigh. I was also playing Rayleigh for a bit. Zoro's, I guess, technically here. Where's I saw some Rayleigh decks. Oh, it was on the previous page. What the fuck am I listening to? Jack the Ripper theme. Record of Ragnarok. Record of Ragnarok. That's a pretty fun anime, actually. Let's check out this Rayleigh list. Oh, okay, so it's still the basic standard Rayleigh list. There's no new cards in this deck. This is probably a good way to beat Luffy, actually. This is full coat, but are there any Shanks enjoyers? I think I saw one Shanks list. I thought I saw one. I just think, unfortunately, Shanks is too slow right now. Like, if you want to play Shanks, like, Shanks' best thing... Okay, so Shanks can do two things. One, they can KO things. Emu exists, so this is no longer that valuable. Two, they can play like the Rush Shanks. Which Roger just does better. So I feel like all players who played Shanks are now just playing Roger. No promo in the US sucks. Yeah, you guys will get it eventually though. Is there anybody playing Shanks? Yeah, I was maining Shanks, and okay, I guess that defeats the purpose of the word maining. But I was playing mostly Shanks and Marco for the last year, and I had to give up on them because Emu exists. It makes sense. I just love control so much as a playstyle. It really stuck to me. Yep, same here, buddy. Trust me, same here. That's why I played Marco. I thought Marco was such a fun deck to play. Yeah, sorry, there's just no Shanks. I think Shanks just kind of gets outclassed by Roger now. Which I'm surprised to see so many Rogers here, because Roger's very good, but he's very inconsistent. Katakuri, Bensum, looks about right. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I just don't know how to beat this deck. Do you think grinding Sabo for OP 13 is a bad decision, or do I grind Emu or Ace? Emu or Ace, like, if you're asking my honest opinion, Emu and Ace are the better decks. They're the meta decks. Do I think Sabo's a bad deck? No, I think Sabo's still a very good deck. I think Sabo beats Ace with new tech, and it's decent Emu. Sabo has new tech into Ace, which is it's not new, but people are using Stushi, which of course they can KO any of their cards to KO your new gate. I will say, through personal experience, I have yet to lose to a Sabo in any of my tournaments in Japan. So I wouldn't say that Sabo beats Ace, but it's pretty even, I would say. I think Sabo is like a good, fair, all-rounder deck, but I wouldn't consider it to be like top 3 right now. I just think this meta just wins the dice roll. Yeah, going first or second is a huge deal in this meta. Purple hurts my brain, so I don't play Roger or UP Luffy. I mean, purple for Roger is pretty easy. For Luffy, it's a bit trickier, I guess, but for Roger, it's pretty simple. You just gain a Dawn every turn. There's no real Dawn minus in Roger, because all the Roger decks are not playing Roger the card, like the 10 cost purple one, because it's such a big downside to not have 10 Dawn the following turn. I think if there ever is a time where they make it so that Roger can always be at 10 Dawn consistently, even after playing that Roger card, Roger will be like the top deck. But I mean, it's still like, if you look, there's still a lot of Roger on here. If you go to the first page, most recent decks, Roger. Okay, fuck me, I lied to you guys. Roger. Okay, there's 3. There's 3. But I mean, they're all playing basically the same thing. But I mean, again, Roger, I think just loses to Luffy because you play one Shanks against Red Rocked. What are bad matchups for Roger in your opinion? I think the worst matchup for Roger is Roger himself, because the way you lose if you're playing Roger is you just don't draw your cards. Roger is the best deck if you perfect draw. Exactly. If Roger, I made a video on this, but it wasn't that popular, I guess. But Roger is like a very gambly deck. If you hit everything, if you get all the cards you need, like you're almost unbeatable, honestly. Like I think a perfect curve, perfect draw Roger is almost unbeatable. But Roger's best cards, I guess best card in Shanks, is not searchable in the deck. You just have to find it. And this makes it bad. Also, as you mentioned, Roger's consistency isn't there. Exactly. Like you can just brick with Roger. There's a chance when you play Roger, you get nothing. You get all 2Ks, and there's no way to get out of it. I like Shanks and OP09. Like Shanks, yeah, exactly. Like Shanks and OP09. You just have to draw and everything. I'm your one and only OP13 Bonnie local. It's not a bad deck. Bonnie is not a bad deck. The new Bonnie. It's just not as good as the others. But I mean, it can still do well. And Sabo's issue is it's pretty strict on how you have to play. Not necessarily. I mean, like you can play. I think Sabo's actually open. Like you can put this Shanks and Sabo, and I think it'd be fine. And like they play Roger, for example. I think Roger has I think Sabo has opportunity for really good techs. There's like a few core cards they have to play, sure. Like the Sabo and the Dragon, and maybe I guess you could say like Haku or something. But like you have lots of options with your top end, I think, which makes the deck very fun to build. I mean, I would think. I actually don't play the deck, so I have no idea. Do you want to go the first or second as Roger? I would say whatever you're playing against, you would just want to take whatever they want, because I don't think Roger really cares. If you go perfect curve, it's best to go first. But again, if you don't hit your perfect curve and you go first, it feels fucking awful. If you go second, it's a little bit more forgiving, because you can still get to 10 a lot faster. But I would say like whatever your opponent wants to have, you just take it. Is what I feel. Just like how Shanks works. I'm a fucking guy. Exactly. Bonnie seems pretty good, I guess, but you see Emu and you're like sad. Yeah, I mean, there's some decks, there's some matchups you just see and it feels bad. But with how many Emus there are, it just feels bad all the time. And sub I run 2 10 cost Shanks, 1 Roger, and 3 Stussy. Like that's really good. So there you go. Like, that's pretty good tech, you know. Makes sense. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I'm also not like a very good Roger player. Like I play Roger like off to the side. I basically have been focusing on Ace, this format, just because I love Whitebeard Pirates. It's like the main thing. I just love fucking Newgate. He's just the coolest badass there ever was. And I just wanted to play a deck that played all the Newgates I could play. This is also why I used to play Marco, by the way. And I feel pretty good against almost all matchups, except for the Luffy. So I really just have to think of how do we beat this Luffy? How do we beat this Luffy? I mean, I'm going to keep thinking about this in the future. I mean, some of you guys raised a good point that there's just not that many of them because he loses pretty badly to some other decks. But I mean, like, you know, in the off chance I find one, what do I do, right? So anyways, I think that's about all we're going to do in terms of games for today. So I think I'm about to end meow. So thank you all for watching as we tested some tech. Actually, if I can just go over, let me just go over some stuff here. So let's go back to card overlay. So talking about tech we looked at today, I would say Blocker Vista, 1 cost Blocker Vista, actually very good against almost all decks except for maybe Emu, because Emu can KO it. This I would consider is like you can add this to your deck and it's probably good. There's almost no cons to this and there's so many pros. 4 cost Atmos, really only good against maybe UP Luffy, but only on your 4-Dawn turn when you play it. That's about it. So there's not that many pros, and then there's not that many cons. I mean, it just becomes kind of like a dead card if you don't play it on 4. Izo 5 cost red, actually a very good Zoro tech. It's just the searchability is kind of bad because Izo can't search it. If you don't find it on the curve, it feels kind of bad. And then it has no counter. And you can't really draw with it as you could with all the other options you have with aces 4 and 5 and 6 Dawn cards. Says cost Vista, garbage, don't play it. The 9 beard with the round table / Ein tech. I mean, we tried it in a couple games and you kind of already saw the issue, which is consistency. You cannot search it besides, I guess, Garp. And you need to have 9 beard up and then have round table in your hand. If you have the pieces, it's good. If you don't, you're fucked. Did I miss all the games? Don't worry about it. I'm going to make this a video later. And you can just watch the video when it's up. If you're subscribed, please subscribe if you're not. So this, I'll put these up and you can kind of see how these techs like worked or didn't work in a real setting. So that's my thoughts. Vista 1 cost blocker, really good. Izo has good potential. Those are like the 2 things I would say. Atmos also has kind of potential, but it's like hit or miss. This is like if you really, really, really want to get rid of those like 4 costs and less, it can be good. But yeah, I mean, some decks do still play Atmos. Like I can say that some deck lists in Japan actually do play this 4 cost Atmos. So these 2 are probably the most like viable techs. And then this Izo seems very viable, but there's a chance that it's just like not good in other matchups, basically. And that's what I have to say about it. Sorry, what I missed. Does this Whitebeard setup work with a Marco in a Marco deck? No. This was like back in the before times when like things were able to be KO'd and you could use the 7 cost Newgate to just rest the Newgate and KO stuff. What is Round Table? Round Table is the Cavendish card. So let me go back. Card overlay. Round Table is an event card that minuses one of your opponent's characters by 10k. And the idea is that you would minus something by 10k and use the 9 cost Whitebeard to just KO it with its on attack ability. So you would put 2 Dawn on Newgate or more. This is like, for example, if you're fighting UP Luffy, you could minus their Roger by 10. Roger is now 0. You attack into the Sanji with the remaining 6 Dawn on Newgate, so 16k Sanji, which is going to require 8k counter, I guess. So you can probably take out both with 1 attack, basically. So it's kind of like the more effective Red Rock if you're fighting UP Luffy. So you would take out Red Rock, you would put it in Round Table, you would hope you have this up, and you would fucking pray to all the gods you know that this wouldn't get Red Rocked. And then if that works, then you would use your Round Table, put all your Dawn on Newgate, KO their Roger, attack into Sanji, hope they don't have 8k counter. Surprised they do, because it's fucking UP Luffy. And then either way, you probably still lose. But those are just my thoughts. So I don't know. I'm going to keep searching for a way to beat this UP Luffy deck. I'm not sure if I'm going to find it. I'm just going to maybe hope I just dodge them all. I pray I dodge them all. I pray. But I'm going to look for someone to raid into. So thank you everybody for joining today. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I think it's really cool that everybody who did subscribe earlier onto YouTube was able to find the stream and come here. UP playing 3 Red Rock is brutal. Yep. Oh, I know, man. I got chained those Red Rocks. It was not a good time. Oh man, it was so brutal. But yeah, I'm on the grind to get to 1K subscribers by the end of the year if possible. I want to somehow make these videos monetizable if I can. I know that the channel is all about cards right now, but it is also going to be about the general Japan life, such as events in Japan, like Tokyo Game Show. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, please consider subscribing. So on Twitch, on the Twitch side of things, I'm going to look for someone to riggedy raid into. If I can find... I might not be able to find someone to raid into, though. Is there anybody else playing One Piece right now? One Piece card game. Who else is playing? We have more PRB2 testing. Oh, it's a half-breed guy. I remember raiding into him
Stay a
before.
while and listen.
Stay a while and listen. Thank you, Dark Reckoning. The Dark Reckoning. Who should I raid into? I guess we can go back to that half-breed. I raided him before. Seems like a cool guy. Dead half-breed. And that sounds fucking racist as hell. All right, we're gonna raid into Dan Half-Breed. He's also playing One Piece TCG, so that's all you need to know. Was watching on YouTube, so I figured I'd give you a follow here too. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. I respect that. Yeah. So that's all for today. Anybody who did not catch the games, this will be a video probably next week because Wednesday I will not be streaming because I'll be going on a trip to an onsen in Japan for my friend's birthday. So I probably won't be finishing or doing any video editing until that weekend. What else? Oh, tomorrow there's a slight chance, very small chance, I will be streaming tomorrow featuring the limited edition fall flavors of Japan as snacks. So Japan has like sweet potato snacks, chestnut snacks, pumpkin snacks, grape snacks, and something else I forget. There's lots of them. I bought a bunch. I'm going to bring my Japanese friend, Yoneko-san, onto the stream, and we're going to just taste them. And I'm going to say my opinion, how I think about them as a filthy foreigner, and her taste as a native Japanese. And we're going to compare them, rank them, and it's going to be fun. And that's going to become a video at some point as well. Not sure if you're into that kind of stuff, but you have any interest in Japan, that is also the kind of stuff we'll be doing here. If it's not tomorrow, it'll be sometime the following week. So just so you know, just like giving you like a schedule heads up of things we're gonna do. So that's all for today. Thank you everybody for your support and follows. I appreciate it in the comments. I love it. I love chatting with you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Bye. Bye.